people are constantly raising the bar.
Sacrifices need to be made.
What would you guys say are your biggest weaknesses?
You are your enemy right now.
Is success a lie?
Just a fucking podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to the Student Side Hustle. This week I'm speaking to my good friends Chent and Nevin. So guys.
Hello. Again.
Yeah, so Chent's been on here twice already. Nevin, this is the first time.
Yeah, it was my first time, bro.
So, Chent, what have you done in the last time since you've been on here? It's been 20, 30 episodes or something like that.
Yeah. Do you know the month I was on last time?
I have not. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it could be like January sometime. It's
Yeah,
like-
that sounds right, because I
Yeah.
must have got my new car and I was with Lancaster,
Yeah.
etc., etc.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah, I can swear, right?
Yeah.
A lot's happened. To be honest, if I said everything, if I listed everything that I've done and bounced from and whatever, it would go on forever. So if I had to summarize this,
Where do your priorities lie now, and why?
I would say if I gave you keywords, 3: clarity,
Yeah.
conviction, clarity in what I want, conviction in who I am,
Yeah.
and patience, because I understand that I'm patient. I know exactly it's when it's going to come, it's going to happen, etc., etc.
And then how does that translate into like which are the main projects that you're working on now, and what are the main things? What's been dropped? What has stayed?
True.
Etc.
Yeah, I would say like in the entrepreneurial journey, you get like shiny thing syndrome a lot, where
Right.
you see something or like a lot of trending things come in,
Yeah.
apparel designs, financial, stock trading, forex trading, blah blah blah, starting a podcast, all of this stuff, and a lot of people capitalize on it, but you will tend to jump from one thing to the other.
Yeah.
Generally, when you do something first, it's fun. It's like a honeymoon phase, like a relationship.
Yeah.
But then you realize that every idea requires hustle and 100% hustle if you want to be great at it.
Yeah.
So then I've noticed like 2013 up until January, I was always working on at least 2 or 3 things.
Yeah.
And I noticed that like at one point it was like 7 things.
Yeah.
And I noticed I was putting like 15% in 7 things going, I'll grow all of these little things at once, and then in 20 years I'm going to be this, and this.
Yeah.
Multiple streams of income, quote unquote.
Yeah.
You know? Because that normally gets everybody.
It's
But
like above average.
Yeah,
All those things,
exactly.
Yeah.
right, but that's-
yeah, and then I realized that to really be a star in one of these fields, you got to be that, you got to live that, you know. And then so pretty much what happened is, I think back when I came on, I was talking about ARX, which is that augmented reality business I was working on, augmented reality fitness business.
Yeah.
Long story short, I dropped that for great reasons. I learned a lot from that, and I just looked at what I have going that's been consistent this whole time, and what I'm good at and what I'm great at, which is personal training.
Yeah.
And so I've just doubled down on that, doubled down on how I can truly give clients the value I feel I'm worth, and bring a whole different side to the fitness industry where it's more mindset focused and mentality focused, and how you can use exercise to change your career, your relationship, your lifestyle. Just be a ultimately better person, a new vision of yourself via exercise.
It's like the platform.
Yeah,
It's like
without all the generic bullshit, you know?
foundation.
And funnily enough, exercise isn't actually the platform. It's meant your mindset is the platform.
Right.
But exercise can be a tool to train your mindset.
Yeah. Explain what you mean by that. Like, how does exercise affect your mindset, and how do you think everyone should think of
100%.
the gym in that way? Like, do you think everyone should go into the gym as it being a mental battle?
Definitely. A mental gain.
Mental gain.
Think of it like a drug. Like, for example, I know that if for the coffee fiends out there, I know that they would know that first cup of coffee, they would feel that they could operate. And obviously there's chemicals going on like caffeine and whatnot as well, and a stimulant. Just like the gym releases endorphin, serotonin, dopamine. That is a chemical release in your system through an activity or through a thing.
Yeah.
I would say everyone should look at going to get that released for them to carry on throughout their day.
Yeah.
And that release is only going to take anywhere between 30, 45 or 60 minutes, rather than getting so caught up on what's happening in the 30, 45, 60 minutes that dominates the whole life of theirs, their whole day. You know, so like you get in, you put in your work, you get that rush, you understand that, awesome, that's all I can do for today.
Yeah.
Now I just fuel my body accordingly,
Yeah.
focus on whatever vision or impact I'm trying to leave in society now, in my
Right.
life.
Yeah. Going back to the point where it's sort of like, okay, I have 15% and 8 things or whatever, I can definitely relate to that, because I think that recently I used to be trying to put all this energy into shit that I thought like I tried to do YouTube videos, fucking blogs, like stocks, and it's like, in reality, the chances that you can do all those things and do them
Wow.
to the point where you're in the top 20% or whatever, that's like, it's not. It's possible, but it's
It's got to be like your only thing that you're
Yeah,
doing.
it's just
Like, you
unrealistic.
go-
Well, it's gonna be like natural
Everything.
progression. Like you're gonna find
Yeah.
one thing will equal another thing, but you can't rush it. You gotta wait till that other thing demands it, and then
Yeah.
you gotta jump to that. Then you know.
Yeah, like I feel like for me, it's like right now on the podcast, it's like I feel like for the first year or so, or however long, first while, I was just trying to like push, try and market it all the time. But it's like I feel like now what's been more beneficial is just sort of relaxing with it and just sort of like recording episodes and just doing it, and not like putting it as like, okay, you need to sink X amount of hours into this per week. Just sort of like doing
growing
okay,
it, like, organically.
Yeah,
Just
and that will
letting
also double down on what you want out of this podcast.
Yeah.
You know?
because it sort of shows me like, okay, these are the kind of people I want to talk to.
Yeah.
These are the kind of people I want to interview, and it's basically made me go like super
Yeah.
niche into bodybuilding.
Yeah. True.
It's like it sort of made me like, damn, like, and I feel like it showed me the effect of every time I interview one bodybuilder, that sort of has an influence, and like then that gives me street cred, and then that helps me get whenever I message the next person, they're like, oh, yo, I know that guy. Blah 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 blah.
So the
blah.
main people you've interviewed so far has been mainly about bodybuilding.
Yeah, like it's like there's been a lot of random people. Like I've had a magician, I've had like The Bachelor, like all these random,
magician.
Like, super weird. I was gonna have a pickup.
It's not the
artist
guy
on.
with that van that drives around here, right?
No, not that guy.
No,
he's
like,
like
right? You didn't talk about anything?
No, he's like a YouTube.
Hybrid character.
He's a YouTube magician, but
Oh, right, okay.
fuck.
Like
it's
Gary's van or some shit.
I think I know the guy.
Yeah.
No, but like,
He's an actual magician.
I've seen
He's
that
got
guy
like a
before.
pedo
just
van.
like-
Yeah, he's got a
oh,
pedo van, like, driving around.
I've seen him before at like my school. He's actually pretty good. He's like
Oh,
a
okay.
hypnotist.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
kinda
Oh,
like-
no. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. No,
Son, hey, nah.
Right.
Anyways.
Fuck no, like it's. I feel like it's like the more I nail down on this niche, it's like it makes me realize like, damn, the more you get into a niche, the more beneficial the information can actually be.
Yeah.
Because it's like, say if I go and ask a BMX rider questions about BMX riding, I don't know shit about BMX riding. So it's like for people into BMXing, they'll be like, it's basically like you know
you
when
don't
you-
even know you're talking about.
yeah, literally, and it's like when you see on the news, it's like, oh, whenever anyone talks about bodybuilding on like normal news, you're like, shut the fuck up, like, because it's like, oh, steroids will kill you.
True.
You're gonna die. You're gonna
Yeah.
get stunted growth, like all this fucking shit, and it's like, okay, is that the reality? Fuck off. It's not.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Jesus
of course.
Christ. Oh fuck. Okay, and Nevin, what have you? Who are you? What do you do? What is your company? All the.
So yeah, my name is Nevin Anadu Black, and I created a page called Black Print Effects, and but I'll give you kind of an origin story of me. And it's my first podcast actually ever.
Yeah, that's
So
all good.
shot for having me, bro. And so yeah, and let's just go back to high school. So I went to Northcote College.
Same. Rip it.
Yo, class of
Cut up.
2016, but yeah.
I went to class of 2016 as well.
No, I was class of 2013.
Oh
So,
yeah.
I just seen
Fuck,
you.
you're pretty old too.
Oh no. But yeah, and like so my main things at during school was sport and art and design.
Yeah.
So art and design was like, you know, the one subject that I was really good at. I always knew
Yeah.
I was into creative things. I was always drawing in class.
Yeah.
In the back of class, always drawing, making sound effects, all of this like and sport. You know, I love playing rugby. I did soccer before high school for many years.
Yeah.
Did boxing at high school. So it was always between those two things. Like I was trying to figure out what I actually want to pursue in life.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be one of those paths. You know,
Yeah.
either go all out in sport, try and get into like, you know, club rugby or something, or
Yeah.
go along that path, or pursue design. You know, go study. And so I decided to do that. Studied communication design at AUT South.
Yeah.
And that was all good. Gave me like a base understanding of design, everything. I met lots of great people.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and then I graduated, and then I was kind of like, oh, what do I do now? So I was doing actually all sorts of jobs, like not even related to,
Yeah.
you know, what I studied. I was doing like landscaping, like physical work, and it was just
Yeah.
like, you know, just in the transition period where I just got out of uni, get some money, so
Yeah.
do this stuff, right? And then I was just sitting there like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I doing this sort of stuff? And then, you know, I was doing a little bit of freelance work, you know, and then so I actually hit up a lot of the contacts that I made at university, and they were able to help me get some contracts with like the Auckland Council, and I was doing infographics, designing their board plans
Yeah.
for this year. And so that was one of my biggest jobs, and yeah, and then I was doing lots of small jobs for small businesses and stuff, you know, logos, branding,
Yeah.
stuff like that, and which was all good, and it was a really good experience for me. And this was all self-employed work.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, like this isn't actually what I'm like really passionate about.
Right.
I remember in high school, in art and design class, all my projects were based on sport.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it was all to do with sport, and I'd make these creative. All my projects, were related to sport.
Yeah.
And so in my spare time, I was, making these athletes and sportsmen and women look like superheroes and stuff.
Yeah.
Because my interest at the time, my inspirations were, I loved anime.
Right.
I loved gaming.
Yeah.
So all these kind of concepts and stuff that I got from that, I kind of translated into design
Yeah.
for sport, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah. So
And,
it's like, and then how did that transition into where you are now, and like, what made you realize, oh shit, like this is a thing that I can
some
do?
potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just made this random page called Black Print Effects, and it was kind of, for me, it was just a place to showcase the work, this kind of work that I was doing on the side of my other things. So I posted a couple designs. One was like for Parker versus Joshua, because this was at the time where it started. It was about 7 months ago. I think I made this in like February, start of this year. A couple posts, tag them, etc. Keep posting other athletes, and then Phil Davis. He used to fight in the UFC.
Right.
He's like a well-known MMA
Yeah.
fighter. I did like him a design, and he reposted it. And then all of a sudden, I was getting messages from athletes from all over the world, just MMA fighters. They're like, "Bro, your work's insane. This is dope." Like,
Right.
and so that kind of made me think, hey, like I might be onto something here. And so I was doing just free work for athletes, because I was kind of like, yo, I'm trying to grow up for things. And then it kept kind of growing like that. And then I thought, shit, they find value in this. Like they love what I'm doing, my style of work. So I started charging for it. And then slowly over the months, I worked a lot with Shant. He was helping me with, just learning lots of things, like, because I don't know much about business, I was just learning about heaps of communication skills, all basics about sales, how to talk to people,
Yeah.
And it kind of just grew organically, bro. Like, I was doing other work, and then I started getting paid for this. And
And then with that, when did you sort of realize, like, well, what's your opinion now on like the whole, I guess, debate of, and this is sort of for both of you to answer, what is your opinion on the debate of university versus just not going to university at all, or basically, does it have a place? Does it have a place for some
That's
people?
a good question.
For everyone, is it sort of like, if it's irrelevant, is it irrelevant for everyone, or is it irrelevant for just a subsection of people? Is it like the 10% who want to be entrepreneurs should not go, or what's your
It's a
general
good question.
opinion
I
on
mean, because in high school and my last year, it's like I kind of had the idea, like everyone kind of knew what they wanted to do, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna just go ahead and study design, because that's what everyone else was kind of doing. And I was like, because I'm actually passionate about it, so I knew that I'd get a lot from it. It wouldn't just be a waste, like, I don't even like this subject, so I'm just gonna go, because I know a lot of people that say, I know they're not even into like business, and they're like, I'm going to study like commerce, like, and all this stuff, and I'm like, bro,
like,
so I mean,
like, I feel like it's hard from our point of view to be like, oh, like, why are you doing that? But it's kind of like, I feel like it can't be the reality that 90% of people genuinely should go to university, and I feel like that's what's happening. Like, most people's default is university, and it's like, I think for
just because it's a default, just 'cause they
it's the way it is.
and it's like, you just take that debt for like the default, like, and then it's like a lot of people will just be like, nah, fuck
bro,
that.
hard. Like, I'm still paying off heaps of student money, and and that's it's a bitch, bro, and it's like
that is tough.
it's like
It can be. It's one of those. My opinion, there's debates that can go either way.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, since it's the default, many jobs and corporates require it. Require a paper to not only just enter, but move up the chain. And also, I would say the negative for it, which is sort of with me, because I studied civil engineering, was my default was going to uni, but I didn't know what my passion was. So for me, I did not know. Like, and I didn't even have interest in my passion or finding my passion. I just wanted to just party and shit,
Yeah.
So just to make other people happy, aka parents, I asked them like, what should I do? And
Right.
they put their vision on their hopes on me.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
do this, like do engineering. It's a great paper. I'll get you a job. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then obviously I didn't have a passion on it, and it sort of led to nothing. It's nothing associated with what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But but the positive of uni, I believe it's something. It teaches a person how to start something and finish something with struggles and trials and tribulations along the way,
Yeah.
which is where I sort of failed on that. Because I still got like 2 papers left on it, you know. I didn't finish it,
Right, yeah.
you know, but I left it. So I always want to finish it, so, you know, for that reason. But I believe, I forgot what the quote was or what the podcast was, but there was something along the lines of a guy wanting to finish a paper and understanding, like, because mum told him or something, and understood it's all about starting and finishing something. It's not actually about the paper sometimes.
Right, it's more like
Yeah,
just,
true, just-
It's the life lesson of going through that.
Yeah.
And because it's not easy, right? It's like, fuck, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years of your life sometimes.
Yeah.
And tough. And you just, like,
Yeah.
lose sleep. You're deprived of social life, deprived of sleep, everything. So it builds character.
Yeah. I feel like it's
Yeah,
like,
that's a great point.
it's got like, I feel like people learn so much from it. Like, personally for myself, I didn't realize this until like a few months ago. I don't want to be a podiatrist, but that's what I'm studying. And with my degree, you can only be a podiatrist.
Yeah. How far are you into your degree?
I'm pretty much nearly done. I'm like a year out from being done.
Not bad.
So it's like, but my thing is, the thing is, I know I want to do something in bodybuilding, so I'm going to do exercise science in postgrad.
Right.
Just like I basically want to just become extremely educated in bodybuilding, and it's like,
So I think for you, bro, it's stepping outside of the shell of podiatry, or
Yeah.
you'll find that the framework of podiatry goes into everything. So, for example, a question for you is the human foot important in bodybuilding? Of course.
yeah,
Your foot
but no.
position,
Like,
like
the thing is,
so.
like, it has a point, but I
Yeah.
don't care about podiatry relating to bodybuilding.
Yeah, not at
like,
all.
Like I have zero passion for ankle dorsiflexion.
But
and
that's
the
su-
hamstring curl. Like,
It's
I couldn't
super
care.
important. As a personal
Yeah.
trainer, you're going to find that a lot of my clients right now have a problem of internally rotating the feet due to what, etc., and it's causing knee pain and hip pain, and it's
Yeah.
causing that they can't develop something in this way.
Yeah.
So that's a major selling point and understanding
Yeah.
that you have there. You just got to look at it like that. Like even for my
Yeah.
engineering, like there was some subjects I was horrible at and some that naturally came to me. One I was good at is structural engineering and mechanics.
Yeah.
Mechanics is angles and forces.
Right.
And then I actually realized that when I'm training myself now,
Yeah.
what I learned in mechanics comes into play, like
Right.
how I can position my body to be stable,
Yeah.
and or how I can position the weight or away from my body to get more tension through a muscle,
Right. Yeah.
and I can see angles. Like even sometimes, like when I box, sometimes I'll see
Yeah.
weird little angles.
And it's like it all sort of interrelates.
Definitely. So your thing, well, I can see you just got like a big negative association with it now, because
Yeah.
maybe it's like, you know, fuck
Well,
it, I don't want to do this.
It's almost like I see where like it's helped me. It's definitely been a huge part, but it's like, basically in podiatry it's pretty broad, but sports podiatry is running focused, and
Definitely.
as we talked, I don't know if we talked about on or off the podcast before. Basically, like my goals on my wall, it's all about running. I used to love running, but
Yeah,
then, like
yeah.
I couldn't give a
Sure.
shit.
Sure.
Like I just couldn't care less.
Yeah.
And it's like, even in sports podiatry, it's like they're never going to coach a squat.
Yeah.
They're never going to like.
The beauty about that though is how people are never doing that makes you one of a kind, and it is all
Yeah.
about packaging these days. So if you
Yeah.
could say you're a qualified podiatrist that
Yeah.
specializes in force going through the ankle down,
Mm.
which obviously equals a better squat, a better
Yeah.
leg press, a better blah 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 blah,
Yeah.
or calf
That's
development.
like
You
one
know,
of a
like
kind.
you know,
That's like a one of a kind.
yeah,
like,
that's a niche, and
Like,
it's
it's
the era of niches in my opinion.
Yeah. But,
Do you feel like you're just gonna?
I just-
You're
pretty-
obviously.
Like the thing is, like with it, it's like the amount of it that you can carry. Like I saw at a party yesterday, right?
Mhm.
One of my classmates basically said, we were just talking about the shit, and he was basically like, "Bro, you find a way to tie bodybuilding into a degree about feet," and
Yeah.
it's like, it's literally the most. Like there was a slide the other day, and it said steroids was one of the things on it, and I'm like, instantly I raised my hand, everyone laughed because it's like,
Yeah,
haha. Like,
but see, you're getting caught up into the little bullshit that doesn't even fucking matter, which is what other people think of you.
well,
what,
no,
what,
it's more like it's just like the cliche now of me like, haha, bodybuilding.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're associating your own journey with your potential career and your potential later on in life.
Yeah.
You're going to get to an age where none of this shit even matters.
Yeah.
Where you're not even talking to half of these people at uni.
Yeah.
All you have is your podiatry degree and your X amount of businesses that are either successful or failed.
Yeah.
What do you do next?
Well,
I'm speaking from that kind of
for
position.
me, it's more
you know?
like I'm going to go and do exercise science, and then it's like from there you'll have enough base of knowledge to basically be a high level bodybuilding coach or be a high level strength and conditioning coach, and then sort of do basically that, and then basically I just want to build a brand in that niche, because in the UK it's pretty prominent, like bodybuilding coaches. There's like a fuck ton. There's like AJ Morris, Callum Runsnick, 3DMJ, which is in America, Josh Bridgman. Like there's all these people, and they're all doing like basically online coaching, but it's not, hey, buy my cookie cutter program. It's, hey, let me genuinely coach you online, and let me genuinely coach you to a successful prep with like science-based principles. And like that's exactly what I want to do. And it's like the amount that you can tie podiatry into that, it's like podiatry a lot of the time, it's like half of it is like toenail management, and then it's like fungus management, and then it's like minor surgery, which is like how the fuck you
Of course. You might even take like 5% of it. Just like for me, I know civil engineering, where half of it is the soil stability of a rock. What kind of rock is this? Is this feldspar? How much copper is in this rock?
Yeah.
Etc. Etc. Does this soil mean I can build a 5-meter structure or a 10-meter structure or a 20-meter structure? It's nothing to do with anything. But I just took the one thing, which is just literally like one subject of 1 week of the whole course, which is mechanics and movement, and just took the framework of that and applied it to wherever it fit. But I didn't see it like that until it made sense to me.
Bro.
Well, actually, this week we're doing exercise programming, but it's the 1 week of the whole thing.
Yeah.
That it's on exercise programming.
Yeah, so this will be really, really powerful for you.
Yeah, I'm going to go ham this week. Like, fuck.
And try and do it from like, because what's gonna happen is they're gonna
put the podiatry lens on it.
Put the podiatry lens on it, and you're not gonna agree with half of that. But go in with an open mind.
Yeah.
See where they're coming from, and see how, because you'll be missing something from there as well. You know, in a sense. So try and mesh the two and see what comes up.
Because I don't think they're going to be programming for hypertrophy. They're going to be programming for recovery or for.
Or around health of your feet, and ankle and whatever.
Yeah, I think a lot of it will be on just lower limb, like Scoliosis and gastroc and all that. But
exactly,
it's like,
and like you're already over the halfway mark with your study in this subject. So it's like you're gonna have to finish it. You're gonna graduate with this degree, with this qualification. So you might find relevance with it. You know.
Yeah, like I'm sure somewhere along the line there'll be. I think I've learned a hell of a lot just from general principles of being a medical practitioner. Because it's like you get to understand.
True.
Basically, if it's the same in personal training. If a patient doesn't adhere, shit's not going to work. So.
And the key word you said is patient. Your client is a patient. You got to treat them like a patient. For them to get results.
Yeah. So
sometimes you treat them like a friend and it does not work. You know.
Yeah, like you have to have like you can be friendly, but it's like you got to understand that you have to basically make them adhere to your treatment. And if they don't, then.
Definitely, and you got to also understand that they are paying you money. They are paying you money.
Yeah.
So it's all fun and games and laughing every week, but then when it gets to the point like, all right, I've invested into you for a year.
Yeah.
Where's my results? Then you're fucked. You know.
How do you sort of keep that distance between friendship and being a client, like, and how you manage that? Because I think, especially in clinic, there's a few people in my class that like they don't know how to have a non-serious conversation. But there's very few of us that can sort of joke around with the patient a little bit and just like have fun and relax, but still get shit done. And like people there's this thing called subjective, which is basically we're asking questions and we're saying, how does the pain affect this? Where's the pain? What? Blah 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 blah. And then for some people, the whole session is an hour with a patient. Some people can take an hour just for that because they'll talk with the patient too much and they don't know when to tell the patient to shut up. Yeah. And then. Like get the information that they genuinely need. How do you sort of find that disconnect and like?
It's not like a one-word answer. It's you gotta literally find it. Like it took me years. Like for example, how many times I rebranded my business? It started as Shintor Body Coach, but I had my name on it. Yeah. And then I was thinking I need to systemize it. I need it as a brand. I need other trainers. So I went to PT Professional Training. Yeah. And then. I had a lot of clients talk to me saying it felt more like a business rather than I'm investing in you. They didn't care about a brand or any logo or anything. Yeah. They just wanted to invest in me because of my energy. Right. So then I went back to Shent PT
Yeah.
But then again, I wanted to scale and systemize, but I realized that, so I was bouncing between business, personal, like real bad. So what I found now is that they're investing in me.
Yeah.
But I'm like a spokesperson for my style and my energy and my mission, or how I view this whole journey.
Yeah.
So the whole journey is my business.
Right.
Which I packaged it as everyday athlete, which is what I'm going to be doing now.
Yeah.
But I'm the spokesperson of it. You know, I'm the big face. I'm like, it's sort of
You're
like
living it.
It's sort of like I'm the president of everyday athlete, where Donald Trump is the president of United States. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to look at it like that. So in sessions sometimes, like Ruben, for example, we got a really friendly basis, but
there comes a time where you have to like...
when I know that, like, all right, so he's back from holiday, it's been 2 weeks, we've sort of mucked around, got him back into the gym. He needs to start losing some weight now, or else it's going to start going backwards. I just tell him like straight out, like, all right, bro, it's been 2 weeks. This week has to be a hard one. Whatever we say, I don't want to hear any excuses. Let's just get this shit done. And then he would just be like, okay, like.
So you need to figure out how to have that.
You just need to understand that at the end of the day, they are giving you money for a service.
Yeah.
They're not paying you to be your friend, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You can be their friend as well. You can be a nice guy genuinely, but at the end of the day, it is a business.
Yeah.
It's money exchanging for a service or a product.
Yeah.
It's plain
At the end
simple.
of the day, they're trading knowledge and adherence and motivation and guidance for money. So
More so, they're trading the end result for money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they don't give a fuck about motivation and guidance if they don't achieve the end result.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
So they'll just have their goal, like they want to lose X amount of
So you've got to do
kgs of
anything
weight
it takes for them to achieve that end result. I can be as motivating as I want, but if that's not going to get the end result, like for example, I could feel like I need to be a nice guy, but for this client, if I have to be a dickhead, I'll tell him I'm going to be a dickhead because that's what you need to achieve the end result, and then I'll just be a dickhead. It's about that.
Yeah, like whenever I train my friends, it's like with my friend Ari, it's like positive encouragement will make her do stuff.
Yeah.
And then like when I train Juan, it's like, or when I train with Juan or try and like give him like gym advice, I have to be mean and I have to be like, bro, you're looking
like
fat
put the
today.
pressure on, like
That's it.
Like,
and that's why it's heavily psychology, especially with personal training, or just people skills, and that's
you
need to be able to read people. Yeah.
And you just sort of need to manage that. Do you feel like it's different in design? Like when you meet a client and you sort of have that, do you feel like it's harder for you to get on that personal, like, haha, friend level, or it's more like, cool, let's get the details, let's get that done? Like,
yeah, that's a good question. It just depends, like, who the person is. Like, everyone's different. Everyone has different needs. Like, and I'll just like try and gauge it, like in conversation. Like, I'll just sit down. So I'll be like, hey, this is what you told me you want.
Yeah.
You've seen my work. This is what I can do. Like, and just like start a conversation about the work and stuff, and then I can kind of gauge, like, their personality a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just like what Shen says. You just adapt to the person, like the personality.
That's powerful. Like, it's like it's a fine balance with that too. Like, he's got a good skill there where he can gauge and adapt. But sometimes when you gauge and adapt, you can go so far that they dictate the conversation. So it's like you gauge and adapt, but still put your foot down to show authority of, it's still, this is my business, blah, blah, blah. But you sort of just match words here and there.
Yeah, and that's
If they use brother with an A, I'll use brother with an A. Things like that, like here and there.
Yeah, that's a great point, because, like, even at the start of, like, when I didn't have much experience, I was like, holy shit, this person's actually going to pay for some of my work. Because I thought, I was just doing this, making this work. It was like just a passion of mine, like a hobby. And I was like, to actually be getting dollars for this work now, I was like kind of taken back. So I was like, I'd say this cost this much. And then I'd kind of be like, I'd make it, I'd kind of wrap it up too nice and be like, there's...
But if you like, you can maybe...
But if you like, you can do it like this and that. And then they might just be like, you know what, no thanks. Like, whereas... Now it's like, I'll just tell them, these are my prices.
Yeah.
Like, I can do this for you. It'll be done by this time.
Yeah.
Turn around. This is what I need from you. These images, these assets.
Yeah.
Boom, and they're just like, that's great, bro. All done.
Yeah.
Sweet. Let's go ahead. And then once that's kind of out of the way, then it's you start. You can kind of be like, build a, your friends, your. It's like, so it's a balance. It's like.
Of figuring out like how friendly to be and how. You just sort of cut to the chase.
It's like you're having a conversation, but there's also an amount. There's like a scripted. I wouldn't say scripted, but you have like procedures that you need to work through. That you need to get from.
There is sort of a script there, like sort of with this email. How I find that, because for example at the gym, I get a lead, I follow up with that lead, right? So I find there's sort of like a system I do where it's like, and they'll tell me a bit about their goals. They'll be like, hey, this is Kevin, for example. Hey, this is Kevin. He wants a meal plan for weight loss.
Yeah.
Number, email. So I'll say hi. I'll address the goal. I'll just tell them a bit about me, and then I just go straight to the point.
Yeah.
So this part's all the fun. Like, hey Kevin, this is Shinto from Club Physical Breaking It. Sometimes I'll be like, I hope you're enjoying the sun this evening.
Yeah.
I just got your details about sorting out a meal plan for weight loss. And then a bit about me. This is what I do. I can do this, this, and this for you. This is $60. This is $350. Let me know whichever suits you best, and we'll go from there. So sort of like introduce myself, friend.
So that's
blah,
like
blah, blah.
personalized.
Business. Because they don't want to. At the end of the day, they don't want to hear about my life story or anything like that. But at the end of the day, they don't want me to jump straight to this and just put a dollar sign in their face.
Price straight away.
Yeah. So sort of like a rapport building phase.
Right.
Because it requires. Yeah, I've heard this again. It requires trust for someone to take their hard-earned money out of their account and put it into your account.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. It's trust. Yeah.
So they got to get a good feel for you, and once you feel that they got a feel for you,
Yeah.
you can sort of start being like, all right, man. So this,
Yeah.
you know,
Like I work at a shoe store, right? So it's like,
you work at a shoe store?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
yeah, I sell running shoes and shit.
Dope. Oh, is that
Oh,
why you had
yeah. I see you with like the New Balance and stuff.
Epic. Like on your Snap sometime, you're like,
Oh, yeah.
polls and stuff.
Yeah.
Can you hook me up or?
I can't actually.
Yeah.
I think I can get family discount.
Yeah, bro.
We're brothers, yeah.
Cousins. From different mothers.
No, like whenever I'm selling people, I always feel like there was this guy today, right? And he was very like my sort of age, my demographic, and it was like this, like instant connection, and instant like he felt. I feel like the connection was more like it felt more genuine because I genuinely could relate to him. But then when it's like a 50-year-old lady, it's like awkward because I'm like,
and that's because you're relating more emotion than your service. So let's play a game, man. How about you just try to quickly sell me a shoe in like 1 minute, and I'll sell you a shoe in 1 minute, or what I would do and you would do. Okay, so I just walked into the store. I'm looking at it. Give me that. So like, do I want to touch that? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
Any fungus on that? No.
what sort of shoe are you looking for? Why do you need a shoe?
Summer's coming.
Yep.
I love buying shoes. Yeah.
Is it more like a fashion thing, or is it sort of a functional shoe you're looking for?
A bit of both. I like really out there colors personally.
Right.
But I like to train as well in them.
Yeah.
Like, so for example, I squat and stuff. I normally take my shoes off. It'd be great if I didn't have to.
Yeah.
And I got real flat feet sometimes.
Right. So you want something that's got a bit of support, actually has a solid platform to push off.
Right.
Probably decently flat, or do you want a bit of pitch, something to give you more range of motion in your squat?
I just want something that looks cool, eh?
Oh yeah.
Pitch?
So,
yeah,
I got a few options for that. So
okay, cool.
if you want to, then I'd go into my whole like spiel about basically saying like, okay, I'll sit them down, and I take off the shoes, do a few tests.
So if I broke that down, what I saw is like you came and you asked me to address my problem in a sense. So what I'd like next is see how well he knows me. So I'd make maybe like a couple of different options. Like, hey, there's this and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
There's this, blah, blah, blah. blah
like
blah.
Generally what we do is my store's very, basically some of the shoes are ugly. So it's like...
Yeah.
And
but if you can tell them that, it's even better. Like, you know?
Yeah, because like, especially if they walk in and they say...
Because the worst thing is like, if you show me an ugly ad shoe and you're like, this is the most popular, I'm going to be like, come on.
You're like, fuck off, dude. Like, that's some ugly shit.
I'm out of here, bro.
Yeah. Like if someone comes in and they're like, oh, I just hate all the bright colours. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know why all the brands keep doing bright colours. Some people, it's hard to fit everyone. Some people really love the bright ones, and then a lot of people just... Like, the majority of people just want to relax.
But for you, I would say...
Yeah, I'd say this, and this probably fit your sort of support profile. And it's like, you can kind of tell.
And it's also asking those questions that people are scared of. Like, so what is your budget? You know, how much you willing to spend today? Especially
because there was this guy today, right? And he was like... He was sort of hesitant on money, and he needed his like dad to transfer him and stuff, and it was like... It's just kind of dodging around that. And I was like, oh yeah, so if money's an issue... We do have lay-by, and then I also explained, like, okay, this shoe's in a lower price point, but it's still a good shoe. It has great support, etc. Blah, blah. And then sort of gauging that and seeing, like, what are the issues to buying sort of thing.
Yeah. Like, so it's just the most seamless process from start to end is what you're trying to do. And I felt that was on point. Like, that's where, like, it's a bit different. Like, if I came with the first, like, hey, man, how's the weather today? It's like I'm trying to tell you something.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like, I feel like you want to come with friendliness, but you don't want to come with, and you, like, whenever I say, there's a few spiels at work that I say that it's like, it comes off as like, I can feel it, I can cringe actively at like the salesman-iness of it.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, have you heard about our 30-day guarantee? Basically, you can take the shoes out, you can actually wear them, you can get the money, whatever, and then you can return them to us or basically have them swapped out. And then people are like, oh, well.
Yeah, exactly. Because I didn't even know what the fuck I'm looking for, right?
Yeah, it's like...
You haven't given me anything to try.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, you heard about our fucking, like, voucher club. And it's like,
all
this stuff. And it's just so, like, it's like, it doesn't sound organic when I'm saying that. And it's like...
It's sort of like Dan Locke when he was on the phone with that guy he was like sort of saying it how it is on a sales call. It's like a $10,000 sale, and then every barrier that came up, like a barrier could be a tone or like he would just hit you with something to break that barrier.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's when it's like, oh man, I might have to wait till payday. Like then you can be like, oh, you can actually take these home for 30 days.
Yeah,
this labor.
That's pretty much what we do. Yeah. Because it's
giving
like,
them options.
Yeah. When the barrier comes up.
We're just like giving them like positives. It's like more like, oh yeah, wow. If I do get this, it's like, oh, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Because personally, I wouldn't do lay-by or 30 days. And if I was going in to buy, sure, I'd have the cash on me.
Yeah.
So if I walk in and you just tell me that, I don't know how I might take it. Like, you know, if you're a guy that just likes walking in and paying cash, I might take it as an insult. I'm like, fuck these dudes.
Yeah.
You think I am that, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of like, it depends. Like, I think it depends on the client or the customer and all that. Like, I think, like with podiatry, it's kind of like when you're serving a patient, it's like some patients don't want to talk to you at all. For an hour, they just want to sit there and...
What's an example if someone comes in and they have some issues with their feet? Like what's common issues?
Have you heard of plantar fasciitis?
Of what?
Plantar fasciitis. It's basically the arch in your foot is just fucked, and then
Can you treat that?
Yeah.
Fuck, and then come see you, bro.
Oh, do you have plantar fasciitis?
My feet are fucked.
Bro, come see me. I'll treat you, bro.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Literally.
Actually.
Like, I saw this person today, and he's like, yeah, I've had plantar fasciitis for like 5 years, and I was at work, and I'm like, bro, go to a fucking podiatrist. Like, it's so easy to fix. The majority of them are.
What's like the effects of that?
What do you mean?
What is it, plantar
fasciitis. So it's basically like inflamed. It's just like the inflamed arch, and it's it's basically how you fix it is just like reducing inflammation and then like changing the stresses on it, and you can do that through an orthotic, but it can be relatively expensive. Like that's the thing. Like for some people, it's like to pay either $200 for a prefab orthotic, which is like this is the most I've ever talked about podiatry on my podcast, but it's like
here you go.
It's like passionate, bro.
See, it's a consultation. You can charge for consultation, generally $100.
Yeah, some of them are pretty expensive, but
yeah. That's like generally.
Yeah, and it's like you can get prefab, which is like lasts like 6 months, and then you can get custom, which is like we're talking like $500. It's for a little shoe insert, and for some people to like get over that, it's like I feel like even in podiatry, salesmanship is like a thing. You have to sort of sell it and be like, hey, you kind of need this, like, but if money's an issue, there's this other option, or like you can do these things and then blah blah blah. But I feel like for it to carry over, I feel like it does carry over, but these specifics don't carry over. Like, I don't think I'm going to be coaching a bodybuilder and be like, hey bro, you got plantar fasciitis? I got you. Like, sometimes maybe, but you know, like the prominence of it is going to be decently low.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So, I'm thinking, one thing that I would like to touch on a little bit, I know the mic is still heavy, but one thing we can like, I reckon we'll do like 20 more minutes or so, I reckon. So, one thing that I would like to touch on is mental health quite a bit, just because I think in the entrepreneurship sort of space, I think not many people bring up their, because a lot of people in entrepreneurship, I think there's a lot of this vibe of like, nah bro, hustle 24/7, like never have a day off, never chill, like I never just smoke a joint and play video games, like that sort of thing. But I feel like I think one thing that really changed all of that for me was, I think this has probably been my laziest year to date, but I think it's been my most stress-free and probably happiest year.
It's been most productive?
Yeah, it's also I've got more done.
Funny that, eh?
But I've been lazier. But it's not lazier, but it's like I've had more time off. I think that's just when I'm having time off, it's not guilty. It's just I commit to playing PlayStation or whatever. It's just like just straight like say I'm doing this for 2 hours.
PlayStation,
yeah. just like committing to that, and then I think it takes the stress off of being like, yo,
two controllers. That's
why like it takes the stress off of being like, why am I not hustling right now? Why am I not doing all this work right now and shit? And I feel like, especially for a lot of the people in the like entrepreneurship space, it's like there's this pressure to like, especially if you're on social media with it.
Always be doing shit.
Yeah.
Like, always be.
Like if I post snaps of me at a party, it's like people be like, oh bro, hustling on Friday night, like.
What's happening,
like,
bro? You falling off?
Yeah, literally. Like one of my friends said a while ago, he's oh bro, I haven't been making any podcasts recently. I'm like, and what? Like, yeah, it's like fuck
you,
like, I got shit to do. Like Jesus Christ.
You want to go down?
Yeah, like what do you guys take on that sort of thing of like, when is it sort of when's the point between, like I need to chill the fuck out, and the point between like oh no I work 24/7, get shit done.
It's all just like everyone's journey is like different. It's like a personal journey, you know. And I feel like this year's been like a huge year for me. Like,
Yeah.
And I found like there were times where I was like, I gotta be just doing, just make sure I'm doing stuff all the time, and then I'd find I'd just like burn out, and then I'd kind of have like a week off or something, or which is like consider like that's what are you doing, bro, like take a whole week off or something. But then I find like it's just about getting a balance, like and it's hard to find that balance because some weeks you may have way more things to do, like some weeks I'll have way more clients and I'll be like shit, I'm actually busy, I have to do all this, finish all of this, and then the next week will be real quiet. It's like it's just I don't know, like that's what I found for me. It's like some weeks I'll be really busy, and then some weeks will be really quiet, and then that's when I have to start, getting out there and like connecting with people, sending out messages like da 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 da. But
I reckon for me, excuse me, especially what I realized in the last like maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks, is that it's sort of like we've talked about this before, that me and Nevin, that you sort of level up and then you got to get used to that level, then level up, then you got to like maintain that level, like live that level. Because when you level up, it's not just hey, and now make $500 more a week. That comes with a certain amount of things. It comes with a different perspective on something, a different understanding on something, a different relationship with somebody. This guy in my life, this guy not in my life anymore. It comes with all of that. And until that becomes a habit, it's not really permanent. And it's easy to just, if you jump like 5 levels, it's easy to just drop 4. But
do you
also,
mean in different areas or in the same areas? Like if you go up a level in X, then you go down a level in Y, or
more so, I find that if you go up a level in X, you're also going up a level in ABC, and also going down a level in X, Y, Z. You get what I'm sort of saying? It's sort of like things sort of change. Your whole life changes as your chapters change. So you got to settle with it. But where I was going with that as well is like I find that a lot of people look at weeks, like this was a good week, this is a bad week. But I find it's days. And so for example, just say you wake up, and that's why I always use the number system, and I had someone message me just before saying, bro, I use that now too, where I ask myself, it's like self-awareness, a drill in self-awareness and self-realization, which is enlightenment, by the way. What is my mindset out of 10 right now? 10 is like I'm fucking on top of the world. I can do anything right now. I'm gonna go. 1 is like I'm gonna kill myself. You know. So generally I'll bounce between like a 4 and a 12 out of 10. You know. But I find that when you're anything like a 4, 5, 6, you can probably like focus for like 10 minutes and then you just fuck this Instagram, blah blah blah. So the game just becomes, what can you do every day throughout the day to boost your number to about an 8+? And that's meditation, podcast, seeing certain people, seeing friends, anyone on your own vibe, energy, anything high energy tasks, I find. And then making sure you put your foot down and like, all right, I can, all right, I'm back to it, back to the hustle. But what I realize is sometimes we get so caught up in the energy, is where I was, and I sort of see it in you now, is the energy can be infectious, the high energy, because life is great when you're a 10 out of 10. But the problem is, no action happens sometimes if you're just like swimming in this energy.
Swimming in joy.
So I realized that, like, man, I'm feeling good, but I also realized that what's the difference between all these guys like Dan Locke and these guys I follow? They actually have targets. Like it's sort of like if you had a statement for your podcast, like this podcast is gonna turn over $10 million by 2020. You know, it's not just gonna get there from you being high energy.
I got one. It's basically 1K episodes. Like I'm gonna hit that one day, not sure when. But see, like that's like an easy one more so because all you got to do is you just got to keep doing it. You know, it's not like
it's not a time goal.
It's not like 1,000 listeners per episode by X. Or whatever.
So you're gonna find that, and also if it was more a numerical goal, a financial goal. Sorry. you got to have targets in place. You got to have milestones in place. You actually
Yeah.
have to do things to get things done to reach that goal, rather than
Yeah.
just going to see this guy and be in good energy and then be like, yeah, life's so good.
Yeah, and then just not like the difference between feeling like you've done shit and actually getting shit done.
Yeah,
Like,
totally different.
yeah, I think it's very easy. It's very easy to feel like, oh damn, I'm doing so well.
Yeah.
I think I'm guilty of it a lot of the time. Reflecting on where I've come from, and then using that as like, oh fuck, I've done so well already. Like
like past victories, bro. That was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
huge
that's
thing
it, that's it.
for me. Like, it was like a self-realization, like a
Yeah.
couple, maybe a month and a half ago or 2
Yeah.
months ago. It's like I never realized how much I would dwell on things, achievements that I had done in the past,
yeah,
and like you don't even realize
Mm.
you're doing it. You'll be like, fuck, man, like I won this boxing fight. Like, this is what happened for me. Like in
Yeah.
June, I took some time off from doing weights. I signed up to a boxing gym because I
Yeah.
had a goal. I wanted to get in the ring and win. And so I had this fight. I won.
Yeah.
And then in the next, say, 5 weeks,
Yeah.
I was like, we'll just start. And the next week after my fight, I was
Yeah.
like, I won. I'm going to take time off. I'm going to eat whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just going to relax, chill.
yeah,
I won. I achieved my goal.
Hmm.
And then it was 1 week, and then it was 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and then it was 3 weeks, and I wasn't even training. I was just eating crap.
yeah,
And I kept using that excuse, like, I won, so it doesn't matter. And then
Yeah.
she would come over and he'd be like, bro, I haven't even seen you in the gym. Like, what are you doing? Are you still training? Like,
Yeah.
bro, you're looking like shit. But like,
Yeah.
and then
yeah,
it kind of snapped me out of things. I was like, like, shit, I need to get back into it and
Yeah.
can't dwell on these things because, like,
Yeah.
I find like a lot of people use these achievements that they've kind of accomplished in the past and they'll keep
Big
bringing it
time.
up. Like, back in the day, bro, do you remember when? Like,
yeah,
and they're like, nothing's happening in their lives now,
Mm.
but they keep using that. They're like,
and keep
"Bro."
sort of
instead
validating
of
themselves.
trying to
Yeah.
achieve, instead of trying to like get the next victory, just
Yeah.
which is a daily thing. Like Shant says, it's every day. You try and just do the little things, get those small wins.
It's also
Yeah.
like the harsh reality is what I realized, especially in the last few weeks, is that, for example, what's the generalization of an entrepreneur's lifestyle? Lamborghinis, Rolexes,
Oh, yeah.
helicopter, mansion,
Like the
travel every
stigma
day,
of it.
work
Yeah.
on beaches, multi-million dollars, doesn't work anymore,
Yeah,
make money while you're sleeping.
yeah,
So how many percent actually get to that?
yeah.
It's like it's not 25% of
It's
people
like
who
fucking
start
3,
entrepreneurship.
2%.
It's like probably 0.5 or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that,
like
you know?
fucking hell.
So, and if you really study who's in the top of the game on that, who are the people at the top? People like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, etc., etc.
Yeah,
And what is media's perception of these guys? Generally, they're fucking crazy. 'Cause
Yeah.
all they think about
They
it
think
is
like,
24/7.
yeah,
So I realize
Maniacs.
now that you got to actually sacrifice a lot and lose your mind and be crazy if you
Oh,
want that
yeah,
level of
hell
success.
like you can't have. There's, like I think in bodybuilding there's the opposite thing with balance. Like, I think in bodybuilding everyone's like, a lot of people think to be a bodybuilder you have to have absolutely no life, but it's like, in reality, to be an insane natural bodybuilder you need to just do the things correctly, consistently for years and years and years and years, and just don't do shit wrong, and do shit science-based. But I think in the entrepreneurship thing, it's like, if you want to truly be like top 1%, you can't have like all these friends and be the popular guy. You can't have.
And that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I realized that recently. And but then you got to ask yourself, is that what you want?
Yeah.
You know?
Like, do you how much are you willing to sacrifice your life to be this?
Yeah.
And it's like,
Or to achieve this or
Yeah.
make this impact, because it's generally for an impact.
yeah,
But then it even gets to a point you can't just make the decision and like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna sacrifice everything. It's you got to actually drill it into you years after years until it gets to a point of complete conviction. How I said in clarity before and
Yeah.
patience, to realize that you actually become so stubborn that just becomes you.
yeah.
Like you're so stubborn now. Like, and I've felt
It's like your
Yeah.
morals.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
if-
pretty
if
much.
It's just
Pretty
like what your life is, and it's just
Yeah.
like I found like more and more as I've got into this sort of thing, like probably for over the last 2 years. Now, whenever I have a conversation with someone, like sometimes I'll say something and they'll be like, "That's so James," or like something like that, and it's like it's just so like. The more you think like this sort of stuff, the more your opinions become like hardened, and it's sort of like, yeah, I have these opinions for a reason. There's reasons I do these things.
sure.
Oh, yeah,
time
just
matters for a
believe
reason.
in
Yeah.
what you're-
Instead of just like being wishy-washy about certain shit, and it's like, especially like For me, the big things are like conversations that don't matter, or like tasks that don't matter, or just like shit that doesn't matter. And then like I'll see people around me focusing on that shit, and it's just like, why the fuck? Like, and I feel like if like everyone else, like if more people just gave less fucks about shit that doesn't have any influence on their lives, like if they just cared about the things that they can control, everyone would be happier, everyone would be more successful. It's just like,
You've always heard about the sheeps and the wolves, but I believe there's probably like 4 or 5. There's probably like the sheeps, the rhinos, the hippos, the crocodiles, and then the wolves. Like you're probably gonna find that like 60% of people are sheeps, and then you get the guys that are like sort of aware, like high achievers, but they have a good social balance and stuff like that. And then you get the guys that sort of sacrificing a bit more. That you know, that saying they're gonna be the next Stanlock or Bill Gates or something. That we might be in that category there, and then you get the guys that are actually gonna be that.
They just do nothing else.
Yeah, they're relentless, and I started to see that when I got this new client. Like he's actually got issues. Like he's got like 3 or 4 medical issues that forces him that he can only focus on entrepreneurship. Like ADHD, blah blah blah. You know, but he's bringing in like this holographic technology from things. So he's sort of doing what I was doing when I was deep in ARX or starting in it. But he's at the point where he gets probably 1 to 2 hours sleep every night and misses our peak. Hey, he texts me in the morning going like, bro, I haven't slept yet, and I'll be like, bro, just come in. Like some days he'll come, some days he won't. The one with the podcast, the online courses he hooked me up with. But once I saw him and his level of conviction, I just asked him questions. It's sort of like
find out about how he thinks, like what he
like it's sort of like, I guess maybe if one of you guys talk to me, and I have like this and this understanding about it, or like, bro, you can do this and this about it. It's sort of like me talking to that vision of me. Like, and I talked to him, I'm like, I'm thinking of doing this, and he was like, bro, that's a great idea, you need to do this on this platform, this one, and I was like, fuck this. You know? And he's just so, he's fucked though, you know, like mentally.
Like people would think he's crazy.
He just can't relax. He just can't relax. He's got extreme anxiety.
Just like
he can't relax.
The possibility of him sitting down playing PlayStation is just not gonna happen.
Negative. He just doesn't even drink alcohol anymore because it just doesn't. He just doesn't value the time of that. And the scary thing is, I started feeling that. It's scary because it's like, am I losing that social ability?
But then so used to that kind of.
But then at the same time, I realized that the last few times I've done that, like last few times I drank with your bro, for example, I just felt something inside me was repelling. Just leave, bro. I'm not feeling fulfilled here.
There's something in you that's just like, you should be doing something else. You should be
doing something else, or talking to someone that is on my wave. You know, because sometimes I'll have to. The quote, sometimes you have to dial your conversation down to match other people's conversation.
I think the conversation we were having the other day, like where it's like, sometimes you'll have conversations with certain people, and it's like I hate putting people into like boxes of like sheep and not sheep or whatever, and like all that, because I don't think it can ever be that black and white.
True, never.
But I think it's like say it's like if I talk to someone about bodybuilding and they try and relate, it's like 99% of the time I'm sitting there like trying not to look like I just want to just,
of course,
like I don't want to just like flex my knowledge all over them, because it's like that just makes me look like a dickhead.
Like, so for example, when you have those conversations with someone like that, how does it make you feel? Frustrated, annoyed?
It's just like,
right?
It just makes me want to like just be like, no, that's wrong, this is right. Blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. So, and again, what emotions do those bring? Frustration, etc.
Because I feel like I have to dumb my conversation down.
So you're gonna find, bro, it's like, just imagine that you're like living in this shell, right? And there's other shells all around you, but you got your own mission. You can create your own perspective of life, your everyday life. You can choose to associate with that shell and talk about something that you guys have no connection into it, or you can just say a simple statement that's going to end it and then just move away. I get so many people talking to me in the gym like about this diet plan that they like. No offense, but they'll be way out of shape. They're like, oh man, you're looking jacked. Oh, cheers, bro. What kind of training style do you do these days? And like, I could be like, oh yeah, high volume, do this, and then you do like 1 RMs, this. I just go, oh man, I just try to improve myself every day and stay consistent. Leave the topic. So how's work? What are you doing for work? Because I know if we talk about this topic, he's gonna say his opinions that
aren't
I don't
educated.
agree with, that aren't educated opinions, that obviously aren't working, because, you know, no offense, again, not being cocky, I'm in better shape than he is, drastically, you know?
Yeah.
Why aren't you still in shape if this is what you used to do in your 20s? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't even attend to that. I know where it's going, and I control the conversation.
Yeah, like whenever I go to a party, because like obviously when I'm wearing clothes, it's like people can't tell I lift at all. It's like, this looks like a normal dude. But then it's like, I'll talk to someone, and then someone will bring up like, I'm like, oh, James just cares about bodybuilding so much, and I'm like, and then they're like, really? Or like, and it's like, oh, they say, oh, bro, and then they try to give me advice, and I'm like,
So those ones I always say, my default answer is, nah, man, I just do it for fun. But you know, if you want to train, you're welcome to come train with me sometimes, because I know I'm gonna wreck that kind of video. Comes to train with me.
Oh fuck. No, I feel like my thing is just the ego. I'm just like, bro,
that's it.
How dare you?
That's
like, fuck.
Yeah, and that's something you unfortunately got to let go of.
Yeah, like you just gotta kill it. Like, what's your guys' opinion on like? Because my favorite book is basically Ego is the Enemy. Such a fucking good book.
Ironic,
Such a good book by Ryan Holiday. Amazing. Basically, the topic is basically your ego, no matter in what situation. Ego, as he defines it, is basically like, no matter what situation you're in, ego will ruin shit. And like,
I agree.
Absolutely.
Like, there's no point where ego is going to be beneficial. Like, it's just blind delusion. Do you think there's ever... How do you go about killing ego? Should everyone kill it? And like, I think it depends on the person personally. Like, from my opinion, I think socially, ego can be beneficial for people who have no social... They don't know how to interact socially. Like, for me, ego helped me learn how to interact socially.
In what sense?
Like, I used to be a bit more awkward than I am now. Like, I'm still kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm a natural. I can't look people in the eyes for more than 3 seconds. Like prior to 2012.
Yeah, like it's like I used to be way more awkward, but then it's like my ego and like my confidence from the gym helped me. I know there's definitely a difference between ego and confidence, but
it's like self-esteem though.
Yeah, it's more that. But then it's like also, I started to think of myself as like, damn, I know so much about the gym. This was when I was like a year and I didn't know shit, but I thought I knew everything, and it was like. I cringe at it now, but it's like...
Yeah. It all comes down to, like, I guess the thing that I sort of got over recently, which is, like, having the need to fight people. And I made that realization after...
Like physical confrontation.
Yeah. And why? Like, because I've been programmed that, and I thought I was programmed that.
Yeah.
And because everyone does it in that world. And then, they're like, we went out for his birthday, and then, like, I really enjoy... Used to. I really enjoy...
confrontation.
More like testing people.
Yeah.
Like... You know, like, if I see someone that I don't believe is about that life, and he's trying to be about that life, I'll just pick at him to see if he snaps, and if he's going to do something. Yeah. Like, I won't make him snap, and then I'm going to do something first.
Yeah.
I'll make him snap and see if he does anything to me. But then I started, like, it had been a while since I'd done that, and I'd become a different person since I'd done that. So when I came home, I self-analyzed, like, why did I do that? You know? And then I realized that at the end of the day, being egotistical in a situation is generally comes down to a insecurity in yourself or a lack of confidence in yourself in an area and the feel of having to prove yourself. Yeah. But the thing is, if you're totally confident and then have nothing to prove, feel you have nothing to prove in an area. Yeah. Especially to anyone else in the room or anyone else in the world. Yeah. You won't show any ego. So for example, like if someone says I don't know shit about anything. I won't feel if I don't put any ego into it. I'm not going to sound perfect all the time. I won't feel the need to
defend yourself.
Defend myself.
Say like, oh no, bro, I do. I swear. Like,
yeah.
And I feel like the moment you respond like that, like if someone,
you're just trying to prove it to them, and they'll feel it right away, and then it's just going to become you've just dumbed yourself down to their level. Yeah. I notice now when I do it, like I might say one sentence or half a sentence, and then I'll realize what I'm doing because I'm becoming self-aware. Yeah.
Because it's about being like.
You're good at that.
Open-minded, like
sort of.
You have to be self-aware. Like, of course, everyone has urges, you know. Like, you kind of put on these faces and stuff. But like,
so what's the area you think you need to improve? Because you're like in that fighting area, you're already fine because you don't need to prove that, so you've never been like that. But what's one for you? I can't think of like top of my head.
Lately, I've been trying to just and anyone I talk to, I've been telling them like lately, bro, I'm just trying to be more kind. Like, I'm trying to be more open-minded. Like, I'm trying not to judge anyone. Like, because
Well, I think like. What do you mean by more kind? Like, just to every interaction you have, or like...
Just, any sort of interaction I have, it's like... I just try and keep an open mind, just not let anything kind of...
Not do like a split-second judgment. Yeah.
So maybe it is with no judgment, like confidence in yourself,
Yeah.
no judgment, etc., etc., etc.
I found personally for making people, like I found when I was a kid, I was very typical nice guy. I'd let people walk over me all the time, but I was like, I don't know, I just wanted to make people, like I would make the fat kid feel good about himself or whatever, or like, you know?
Yeah.
And I find the thing that really helps people open up is if you're vulnerable first. And
Sure.
like if you just lay your insecurities out on the table, not in a weak, clingy way.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference. Like
Yeah, definitely.
some people do it in like a depressing way, which just isn't. No one wants to be around that. Like it's like, if you're just like, oh bro, look at all my problems.
Yeah, because it's hard to look at yourself and actually speak about like your weaknesses, your insecurities, and like no one wants to do it. That's why they just cover it
Because
up.
there's what you can say and there's your aura. Like what you said interested me before, how you said you felt that, and it probably did, you felt that your ego helped your social awkwardness.
Yeah.
And I know generally 18, 19, 17, they got a weird dynamic when they're like that, where if you puff your chest up and like get all the attention on you, they will flock to that, you know?
Yeah.
But that's unfortunately, at the same time, if you don't do that, and your aura is just strong and you're real, but you're just like a real, like, all good guy, they will still sort of respect you. There's multiple ways to gain respect. Yeah. So I think you gain it in one way, but it's not necessarily the right way. It's being subjective. What is the right way, you know?
And it's I feel like I've transitioning more to the like, just not having to like say if somebody says something like to test me, it's like I just sort of brush it off and just be like, oh yeah, and what? Like, cool. Or just like responding. Like my friend Jared, I think, has pretty good responses to this. Whenever someone tests him, or says something like what's an example? Like if someone, like if I take the piss out of his small chest, like as a joke, it's like, but then he would, I think he has very smart responses to this, but this comes from a very like gamey perspective and very like winning socially perspective.
Yeah, and winning socially is ego.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah,
it may be
it's
the wrong kind.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's like the way he'll respond is sort of like, basically he'll just be like, okay.
Yeah.
Or just like, cool, bro.
And it'll go one of two ways. Like generally, like if someone keeps that, if it doesn't evolve into, you know, a transition as you are, it will be great now and you'll be center of attention now.
Yeah.
But then as your age group, your generation matures with you, you're going to notice everyone will start to despise them. It will flip turn. You know, just because
it plays out.
Exactly, it plays out big time.
Yeah.
But if you transition naturally and grow up with everybody else, you generally be lack of ego, confident, no judgment, etc.
And you need to figure out like when to not be a cocky cunt. To be honest, like I think that's my thing. Is like I think ego is the only why it spoke to me so much was like a lot of the time I'll learn something about a topic, and then I feel like I can debate the world on it. Like I'll get into arguments at parties or debates at parties, and it's almost a running joke in my class where if anyone brings up anything bodybuilding or says anything about bodybuilding and I don't agree, I'll go off like instantly. Like one time someone said that you can't get ripped eating just KFC, and I'm like, it's not true.
Yeah.
And then I just went off on them for like half an hour.
Something I have, like when I talk to people, if I meet them for the first time, like I'll try not to judge them, whatever, and I'll keep a real open mind, and I'll just be myself. And one thing I always tell myself is like, when I meet someone, it's like, bro, like just be yourself, but I always tell myself like, bro, you can always learn something from this person. Yeah. Just try and learn something, like, you know, and that way, if I'm thinking like that, I'm not thinking about, you know, what does this person think of me? I'm just thinking like, you know, what's this person about? You know, what are they been through? Yeah. You know, and it's like, for me, I don't know, it's kind of ingrained now to like, instead of being like, oh, what's up, bro, and then like kind of walk off, I'll just be like, you know, just hang around, like, you know, see the vibe, and you can just sense some people's vibe, like, you'll know if some dude's like twisted, and you'll just be like, you know, it's probably best you just walk off, like, you know,
well, I feel like one thing with that is like, I hate to hate on, like, I don't agree with all the hate that's directed towards social media. Like, I think it's an amazing platform, but I think especially my generation, I think more and more of them don't know how to fucking socialize anymore. And then I think that leads to a lack... it leads to a lack of genuinely interesting personal, like, conversations in person. And it's like...
It's all just small talk.
Yeah.
And you can't get deeper with a lot of people.
That's crazy. The actual primary means of conversation now is social media.
Yeah, and it's fucked. Like, I didn't go to uni oh no, it was my day off from work, and I was like, so I had nothing to do the whole day, and I was just doing my own shit. Then I realized I felt so, like, my mindset would have been like a 2. Like, I felt almost, like, depressed. Like, back when I was, like, fully, like, I had, like, 6-month period where I was like, fuck, I, like, wanted to, I don't want to kill myself, but I thought about it a lot. And it was like...
I think everyone may have.
Yeah.
Moments.
Like, I thought about that, like, I felt that low for just that one day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, like, okay, what have I done today? Why do I feel like this, genuinely? And I was like, I wrote it down, and I was like, okay, like, basically, I think it comes down to, like, it's just biology. I haven't had a single conversation with a real person today.
Yeah.
All my interaction that day was on social media. Like, I had one 10-minute conversation with
Yeah.
my
Fucking
mom. That's it.
emoji.
Yeah, like, fucking hell. Like,
Human interaction is powerful, eh?
yeah. Even just, like, if you go to the coffee shop and you just have a conversation with the person.
Bro, even calling someone, like...
Legit.
People, I was like, bro,
Yeah.
can I call you? And they're like, call me? Like,
Yeah.
bro, just message me. Like, I'll be like, bro, do you want to, like, should we just catch up? Like,
Yeah.
in
Just,
person? Like,
yeah. Like, my friend Aria, sometimes I'll just call her and be like, she'll be like, oh, what's up? And I'll be like, I just want to talk. That's it. Like, and it's just like, I feel like that's become weird now.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then people,
Bro,
like,
it's a key thing for just humans. Like,
Yeah.
You need to interact,
Yeah.
like, face to face.
I feel like
Or
everyone,
just talking, like...
yeah, everyone's just going to get depressed if we literally don't.
Bro,
like,
well,
and I feel like so many people from my generation can't fucking speak, or they just don't, they don't have, I feel like more and more of them don't have their own opinions, or they don't have their own,
yeah.
they don't have their own, like, personality. I don't know if this is how it's always been, but I feel like the stereotypes are almost becoming true. Like, the classic teenager stays at home, loves Netflix. Oh, like, say on their Tinder bio, it'll be like, oh, I love Netflix, I love fucking going
How
on
about
adventures or
the
some
classic Tinder bio for chicks? I love adventures. Can someone take me on an
Oh,
adventure?
fuck off!
But I see
Jesus
that as a
Christ! Oh, fuck, because it's just
I don't
like,
give a fuck about adventure.
it's
Right?
like, what do you
I
mean
wanna
by
hike it,
adventure?
right?
Like, fuck off.
I want to
like,
go to the bar and get a drink. Okay,
yeah,
talk to you.
it's just like, but the thing is, like, they'll say, like, all this shit, like, oh, I love traveling, I love fucking adventures, but it's like, do you though? Like, is
Yeah,
that genuinely what
yeah,
you're passionate
yeah.
about? Like,
Or is this what you see everyone else?
yeah, is that like
etc.?
what you see is cool to be like passionate about, or whatever the fuck? It's like, Jesus fucking Christ! Like, have your own damn passions. Like,
You're right though.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
It's
like,
Like what is a social media page? What is someone's page? It's a highlight reel.
yeah,
It's exactly strategically what they want you to see
Yeah.
for a certain reason or what they
Yeah.
think they are,
yeah,
even though they may not be that guy.
yeah,
So the problem is, since everyone is on Instagram or everyone is on this and that, and everyone's
Yeah.
got a profile photo, you live your generalization.
yeah,
And then when you look up to your idol, like, oh, I want to be like Dan Locke, or I want to be like Jeff Logs, or
Yeah.
your 3DMJ guys, you know, even they will be a bit more different to what you see, really, you know? So,
'Cause you don't get to see their low points.
not at all.
Like, you're never gonna see them.
Like, I share struggles, but I don't share struggles. You
Yeah,
feel
like
me?
you're not gonna
Like,
like.
if you're breaking
Yeah.
down, like...
Yeah, you're not gonna be
Yeah,
like.
like, alright,
You're like Instagram story it like.
Talk to me.
I can't do it, guys.
Yeah, it's like fuck. Like, you're never gonna. That shit is never going to be genuinely put online.
Yeah.
And you're just not going to see that side. And
So
then
when
it's
that
like,
actually happens to you, you're going to be thinking, what the fuck's wrong with me? Should I
Yeah.
just fucking end it? Am I
legit, like that's
fucking
what I
dead?
remember when I was
Yeah.
feeling that. Like, that's exactly how I felt. I was
Yeah.
like, no one's feeling like this. If I go look online, like I'd always go online for my advice, right?
Yeah.
Like I would go online and see like, oh, how the fuck do I deal with this
Yeah.
life problem? And now like I'd Google it and I'd be like, shit, like, does anyone feel like this? Is this
Yeah.
just me? And it's like I feel like the amount of kids who must fucking feel like that, and it's like I feel like so many kids have no fucking identity, and they just, oh my fucking god, like can kids just be
Yeah, but you can't
themselves?
change it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that, unfortunately, as humans, we create things that will be convenience for us, but
Yeah.
at the same time, the greater the convenience is the greater the kiss.
Mm.
You'll find there's always a catch-22.
Yeah.
Like, even like coffee, it's like awesome, blah, 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 but there's dudes having like 10 coffees a day and not eating now.
Yeah.
And like the metabolism is fucked, the diabetes, blah, blah. You know, that's just one avenue.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel caffeine fucked me.
Yeah, yeah.
I had like
Me
600
too.
milligrams.
I always
of
feel
it.
like my face is numb from caffeine.
I just feel like it's like, I take like 600 milligrams and I feel nothing, and it's like,
Yeah, but see, a good lesson though is like
It's
for
like
example,
Jesus.
I like hearing people talk about topics face to face because I like seeing what wakes people up,
yeah,
you know. But at the end of the day, like something like that is not. It's a great passionate topic, blah blah blah. But if
like,
you can't change it or you can't control it,
why care?
why care?
Yeah,
All you can do
Yeah.
is just be an example for yourself.
yeah,
Live how whatever
Yeah.
means
Yeah.
you to be happy.
Mm.
Because we ain't gonna change generation.
Yeah.
Fuck it. We know it's like that. We know it's all generalized. We
Yeah.
know people don't have identity. So
Yeah.
I have an identity.
Like,
all good.
Not
you know?
to toot my own horn or anything, but it's
Yeah.
like when people say like what you do impacts the people around you, and then that impacts them people.
Mhm.
Like, basically, my friend Aria said to me a while ago. She basically said that I feel like you've, and like basically helped people take that step into starting a side hustle,
Mhm.
or like just random people around me like go to my high school and shit. Even if it's like they're not going all in on the side hustle, it's like I feel like
Just start thinking about something,
Yeah.
doing
You're
something.
planting a
on
seed
the
in
side.
everybody.
just like
Yeah,
making it be a possibility. And now it's like Aria's got her side hustle. It's like
Great.
all this shit. It's like, and I feel like
Sounds like a smart girl.
yeah.
Bro, but that's important, like, you know, like when you meet, like, friends even, like, you know,
Yeah.
just I love trying to, not change the way they think, but just open the way
Well,
they
it's
think,
just
you know,
like-
it's like,
That
bro,
can be a
I know
curse
you're-
to wear.
I know you're good at this, like, so you have
Because
thought
you
about
realize
doing
that you
this?
can impact you do impact everybody around you.
Yeah.
But the problem is the guys that you want to impact the most may not be impacted.
Nah.
Exactly.
So all you can do is just again focus on you. Like I notice now, like before I used to strategically target my stories of people, message dudes, etc., etc. But I realized the best thing I can do is just focus on me, put myself out there, and whoever just sees my stuff, they either get the seed or they don't.
Yeah.
You know? They the seed.
Do
yeah.
you?
I just try to plant the
Yeah.
seed is just do you.
Yeah.
Plant the seed wherever you can. Take it for what it is.
And just like I feel like, at the end of the day, I feel like the more people who just go throughout the world and try and give positive impact to as many people as possible, no matter whether it's for money or whatever, like the more people who do that, like the better off we'll be. And it's like I feel like, like I don't think people are selfish, but I just feel like the amount of people who just want to not make anyone feel shit, just go do their shit, like, and just have a positive impact on anyone. I feel like I wish that percentage of people was higher. Like,
Yeah.
did you guys hear the end of Elon Musk and Joe Rogan? But even
When
Elon
he was like,
Musk
you
said
know,
this shit.
I think people
I
should
need to
just
watch
be a lot more kind.
Yeah, literally.
People should be, you know, at the end of the day, we don't know what anyone's going through.
Legit, yeah.
And, you know, as a race, it would be, you know,
Yeah.
humans as a race could be
That's
fucking.
awesome.
He's
To view it like that. as a
Exactly.
race.
Like he's thinking like.
And that was his
Zoom
like
out,
ending
fucking-
statement. It's like that's the thing that he thought was the most important thing to say.
Yeah.
And it's like imagine if everyone just went throughout the world, didn't want to cause anyone else pain. Obviously, confrontation's going to happen. That's all good.
Yeah.
But it's like if
Just be kind.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just be.
just like there's no like obviously when you're kids are going to bully each other. That's just nature, I reckon. Like you're not going to get rid of that. But it's like when you're an adult and you see someone on the street or you go to a coffee shop, just have a conversation with them. Like, fuck, like
Like the Shisha guy that came up to us. That
Yeah.
man, he was cool.
yeah. And it's just like fuck. I just wish we could have more genuine conversations. Like when we were talking the other day, we were like,
You just
fuck,
stopped.
like
You were just walking
Yeah.
past, and then we were just
Yeah.
like having a laugh, and then you came through, and then
Yeah.
you ended up just
And
chatting.
it's just
for
like
fucking hour.
fuck.
It's like two things there. I find that if you're generally like whatever energy you're feeling, you will attract. Generally,
Mm.
Yeah.
like we were sort of on that buzz. We were on the
That's
conversation buzz. We attracted you.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were having shisha. 4 of us, and like we were like brown faces, whatever, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. One guy had a beanie on. This random white man with a family, like, hey boys, what's that? Oh, is there any other stuff in it?
Well, you know, we're
Like,
like
a dad with a
we're
nice, nice
laughing,
family.
you know, we're
Yeah.
Playing
just
music like rap songs in here, and then he came out saying like, "Oh, see, my missus will let me out, or if I can get a visa or something." And then he just came and like had a talk with us.
Oh yeah.
And
then
like
he
one
just
of the
went back
guys
to
we
it.
were with was just like, bro, do you want some? Like, come have some, like,
Yeah.
you know? And then he
Yeah.
ended up just coming over, had some of our shisha.
Yeah.
So
chatting
that's
with
awesome.
us.
Like you can set the wave, you
Yeah.
attract
Yeah.
it. But the other side of that is like, there's so many, since the world is generally that other side, like where
Yeah.
fuck this dude, or if like for example Anthony Joshua smoking Pavic, were a great fight,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then they were like, you're just a clown. Go fight the real fight, Wilder. Blah blah. Like just bring
Exactly.
another man down. You go to any one of their profiles, it's just a random kid who hasn't achieved anything in his life, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But then the thing is, when I'm on social media, there's so many things. Either I'm social media, Facebook. I'm walking at the gym and I see something or hear something. Negative.
Yeah.
Impact.
Yeah.
So how the fuck do I get away from? Yeah, because no matter what, it does influence you.
Absolutely.
As hard as solid
it's
as
hard
you are.
to just keep, you know.
Yeah, but I think for me it's been like when I was like 14, I remember that thing you said put on your story the other day, and it was Brian Tracy. He's like this old dude, and he like started this journey for me, like, and I feel like just surrounding like not listening to like random shit that doesn't matter on YouTube. Like I get like watching fun shit, but like if everyone watched like fucking
World stuff.
like
World star straps.
it's
I have
just
to watch that
It's the
every
big, bro,
fucking week.
that's the biggest shit, you know? Like,
you
it's just
seen
like,
that?
it's pointless.
World
It's just,
Star, World
yeah,
Star
like-
fight compilation. It's like
Yeah.
59 minutes of just knockouts.
like, on the
knockouts.
street, like...
yeah. I get that kind of stuff, but it's like if people
But see, like, I don't watch that anymore for
Yeah,
obvious
yeah,
reasons.
like it's like if people just like listen to more shit that was just like, hey, go make your life positive.
Mhm.
Like, have you guys heard of Jordan Peterson? He's like,
Its names come up on thing as well on that thing.
Yeah.
All these names I see. But
he's literally like,
There's that whole stigma around, like, oh, you're one of those positive guys. Like, you're one of those, like, you know,
Yeah.
you're trying to...
What?
bro, you're trying to be, like, you know, like...
trying to be all like,
you're, like, trying to be all positive. Like,
it's like
you
fuck
know?
off. Like, have some damn like smile for.
because
fucking
I think the
hell.
problem with that is there's a lot of companies that have capitalized on it
Yeah.
and becomes like cult-like.
Was
Yeah.
it-
That they'll like think it, like even like charities and
They
churches,
got you,
you know.
bro. They
Yeah, they got you.
Right.
You're
They
the
sometimes
one
associate a genuinely positive, selfless guy, you know,
Right.
that as one of them. Like if
Mm.
I give you one piece of positive advice, but those are the guys that cannot swear, can't say anything, so I could be
Yeah.
like, fuck you. You know, after it, it'd be like, okay, whoops, they don't have you.
yeah. Yeah. Fuck. I feel like it's like if we all just like if more people just focus on like, okay, every day I do something to better my life, and every day I just maybe I tell one
yeah,
lesson they
some
look
sort of
nice and,
personal
like,
development, bro.
Because I know half the people I watch who watches my story, and I know
Yeah.
half of them, or majority of them, are the kind of guys. And then I watch theirs. It's like, like it's a hustle thing or something. You know, like they'll do the ISSA, like, you know,
yeah.
and then they'll do like mood, and then it'll just be like them with a hat on or something.
Yeah.
I'm curious. What do they see when they see my posts? Like when I'm like,
Yeah.
just that one of these things every day, like what I done the other day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't care.
Well, I feel like it's like
it's just like
as you said before, it's like the amount of people who are willing to be impacted. It's like some people you just, no matter what you say to them, if you know you're right, no matter how hard you try and teach them, like, oh bro, you got to do this is the right fucking way, they're not going to just take it and be like, yeah bro, you're right. All of a sudden, like, they're not just going to be like, fuck yeah bro. Like my friends in high school, it's like,
it takes a certain someone to be
Yeah.
like that, you know.
like it's like, well, they just need to be ready. Like some people, and even some people who can say they want it, like, oh, I want to get a better body, I want to do this, I want to do that. But it's like they need to actually be willing to, and they need to understand what goes into it.
And the hardest thing with like actually like you can get a little bit of leeway with a guy like that. The problem with that though is you need to hear them out first. Like for example, my brother, you know, he's been through a lot of shit, but we have lunch every now and then.
Yeah.
And in the past, what I do is like, he'll tell me what he's doing, what's wrong, and then I just put things on him. Like, bro, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, and he'll just like resistance. So I was like in a 15 out of 10 mindset at that day, and I just listened to him. I was like, you know, what's up with you? And then like I just listen, and then I like related to it, and I was like, oh, that must feel like this, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it does feel like that, and then built rapport, I guess, and then I'll be like, man, what happens instead of like that thing if you just try doing this instead? And he was like, oh yeah, maybe that might work.
Yeah.
But the problem is if you just can't be fucked, like, you know, I was only that patient
Tell
because my
someone
brother
to do something,
you
they're
know?
not gonna do it.
Yeah, but also I was only that patient because it was my brother.
Yeah.
If it was just a random guy on the street, I'm not gonna sit there and listen to him for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Just to relate to him, to lay in a little seed in him, you know.
Yeah.
So
And it's kind of like, it's like no matter how good your points are, if you just
they generally have an opinion for a justifiable reason.
yeah.
So generally, if you listen to the justifiable reason, agree, and like actually understand why they see it like that,
Yeah.
then you can see it from their point of view, and then give them a solution from their point of view, not my point of view.
Yeah.
And that's when they're like, oh, okay, yeah, true.
Yeah, and then you sort of like understand and can kind of relate.
Yeah.
And I feel like for me, it's like if anyone says anything about, oh, I want to improve my body composition, I'm like, ooh, I know the one way that works. Like, and it's like I have I'm very, very set in my ways, right?
Yeah.
And I'm very like unwilling to bend and basically say like.
So what would you say if someone asked you that?
Yeah, it's pretty much like, well, one thing is that I've sort of realized recently, like 6 months ago I would have said bodybuilding. But it's like, adherence, that's a thing. Like, if you don't like fucking bodybuilding, then why the fuck would you do it?
So what would be the first sentence you would say? Because I know what I'd say.
Well, it's basically like, what can you do consistently that's not like, that produces some results?
Yeah. So what I would say next, how do I improve my body composition? I would say, what are you doing now?
Yeah.
And then I'll get an idea of that. So then they'll give me an idea of what they're open to do, what they've tried before. Have they tried anything?
Yeah.
And then, for example, if the answer is, I haven't done anything yet. Why? You know, what stopped you? Like, why haven't you done anything? Is it because you don't understand it? Is it because you don't have time?
Yeah.
I don't have time.
Yeah.
So what's your schedule like? Is your work that busy? Is it your family? So I'm getting deeper and deeper and deeper until I find like one where there is no more why anymore, and then sort of like you place something in there and you sort of work all the way back up, and then it comes up with a solution. So that's like a PT consultation 101.
Yeah. So it's like you building a picture of what their variables are.
Yeah.
And then,
we're literally drawing a picture together. Like I'm drawing it, I'm shaping it in 3D like space, and they're like, tell me more, and then like, oh, okay, true, and then we're like, oh, okay, so maybe we can get in here.
Yeah.
That's how it's gonna help. Do you see that? Because I'm taking them through the picture. With
Yeah.
me. Like even when I talk to them about it, I'll be like, all right, so you have family. Like I'll put a focus on something here, even if it's just my hand.
Yeah.
Or generally I have an A4 piece of paper when I'm drawing things.
Yeah. And then it's like you can sort of
like map it.
Yeah, because like there's, have you heard of that new thing F45?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like everyone's doing that right now. And it's
yeah,
like real
and
cool.
funny thing, it's been out for a while, but it's just
It's
one.
sort of trend.
It's trending now because there's one challenge they've done, and it's heading into summer, etc., etc. So
Yeah.
they got it right.
And I feel like the thing about that is like that's not how I train. Like it's just I'm never gonna fucking train.
What is
like
their
that.
training style?
It's-
I think it's like CrossFit sort of
It's
thing.
45-minute hit training. It works. It's just circuit-based training stations.
Yeah.
So it's like 30 seconds here, break, rotate. 30 seconds here,
Yeah.
break, rotate. And that style of training is ideal for training people like 10 people and above classes.
Yeah.
It's scalable because you can't really do like a one-on-one
Yeah.
session with 40 people. Get what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
And then all of them get a good workout.
Yeah.
And they just doubled it with nutrition, which is just a calorie deficit,
Right.
cutting carbs, whatever, etc., etc. I don't know too much about the nutrition, but I know you get a nutrition plan with it now, which you didn't in the
Right.
past,
Oh, yeah.
with this new challenge they do.
Right.
So it's a basic like week 1, cut all sugars, and just do hit training 4 or 5 times a week.
Right.
Obviously,
okay.
it's going to get you a result,
Yeah.
right?
And I feel like the thing that obviously that's never going to be how I'm going to train. I'm
Yeah.
never going to do that. But it's like, I get why people like it because you can adhere to it. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Like my friend Bree, it's like, I try to get her in the gym. I try to be
Door
like,
friends like.
yeah, like I try to be like, hey, come be a powerlifter.
Yeah.
But she's like, fuck
Yeah.
that. I don't
Yeah.
want to sit there for
Yeah.
half an hour, do one lift, and then
Exactly.
like,
Because they don't enjoy the actual lift. They
Fuck no.
they enjoy the outcome.
yeah,
But most people, once they go through a process to enjoy the outcome, sometimes they grow they grow a fondness of the process.
yeah.
And then they become a
Yeah.
whatever.
But I found for myself, it's like when I started, I was like, I found it hard, and I had to like listen to motivational shit to like
oh yeah.
get through the session. But now it's like, I could probably go to I'm never going to go to the gym with no music because I don't want to
Yeah.
hear other people
Yeah.
grumbling. But
Like first time training with Dylan, that was a nightmare. Like those
Yeah.
kind of rep ranges.
yeah,
The only thing that got me through was two things: knowing that how I'm gonna look and earning this guy's respect at the end of the session. The feeling of
Yeah.
that, the feeling of the
Yeah.
brotherhood, like at the end. Where
Yeah.
you're like, bro, we done it, and then also
Yeah.
being
It's
jacked
worth
like,
it, like-
6 months down the line. But that's so when I'm like in pain, I'm focusing on those two things. But
Yeah.
now it's gotten to a point where I've done it so many times that I've seen where it takes me while I'm in pain. So now I look forward to that challenge. I actually look forward
Yeah.
to the session, which is
And
not
it's
really
like-
the results, just a bonus now.
yeah.
It's
Like now
flipped.
when I fuck the whole day at work, I was literally thinking like, fuck, I went to gym one, I can't went to
Yeah.
gym. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's
Exactly.
Like,
Like this lift,
I gotta
I'm gonna
fucking
try
flat
to
press
do a
and I gotta
tweak.
row,
Yeah,
so-
I'm gonna tweak, like try to get my shoulders far into the sun to see, like.
yeah, it's like
like,
fuck.
things
I'm
like
just,
that, right?
Like I was literally thinking on the way home, I was like, oh, how am I gonna load the dumbbells? Like,
Yeah.
make sure that I get there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
when I actually get down there, it's like,
Exactly.
oh fuck.
Yeah.
And it's like I feel like at the start I was like, oh no, it's shit's hard. But now it's like the more and more you do it,
Yeah.
the more it just becomes fun. But I feel like people need to have that enjoyment no matter what it is. Like I feel like for people to get
That's tough though, because
Yeah.
it's associated with something that causes you pain.
Yeah.
Generally, you're not going to enjoy something. It's a human nature. You don't
Yeah.
enjoy something that gives you
It's
pain straight
uncomfortable.
away. That's uncomfortable until you see a result.
Yeah. Do you think what you've witnessed with clients is, do you think most people learn to love it if they do it consistently for a long enough period of time, or is it just like some
Results.
people it
Results.
works?
Once they
Right.
see a result, they love it.
Right. Yeah.
It's just all results based.
Yeah.
And I've started to notice that just as this everyday athlete thing, and I've come to terms with that balance that we were talking about before.
Yeah.
I realized that it is result based, because before I was trying to teach them how to love it like I love it,
Right. Yeah.
but I realized
Your style.
Yeah, but it was like awesome, congrats! Now you're squatting 10 kgs more, and then they'll be like 2 weeks down the line, they'll be like, yeah, I don't, my scale's not moving, like, and then
Yeah.
they just fall off, and then they just want PT again, and I'll be thinking like, you were doing so good, but now I realize that it's the other way around. where I don't even focus on that, but it's like we focus on either, dress size and measurement, body fat composition, and weight.
Yeah.
Then after a while, or a challenge, like a lot of my clients, start of September, I said, you're not allowed to skip one day of exercise, whether it's gym, whether it's running on treadmill, running outside, power walk, home workout, and I sent everyone a home workout.
Yeah.
Just a September challenge. See what happens.
Yeah.
At all costs, non-negotiable, daily movement. And it's like 3 weeks in, this chick's birthday that's next week, she said like, I can actually see a lot of differences more than I've ever seen in that. And I was like, man, you're looking good.
Yeah.
And she was like, man, you're the third person who's told me that.
Yeah.
And then she had like gave me a message like a couple of weeks before that too, going like, thanks for everything you're doing, Shen.
Yeah.
I've never felt like this about training before.
Yeah.
Because people are telling her that, she's seeing results, and now she's associated going to the gym and doing that with that feel good.
Yeah.
So she loves it now.
I remember the first time someone told me, this girl came up to me in high school and she's like, bro, have you gained weight? Like, and I was like, fuck yeah, I have. Like, oh my god, damn. And I was like, yeah, it's like, I feel like for me, that was like, holy shit, this shit works.
Yeah. Even this one chick at the gym, bro, like, have you seen the chick with quite strong legs, but she like leg presses like, I think her name's Hannah Rogers?
Oh yeah,
Sister,
I know, yeah.
Yeah, Sister Sophie Rogers. I done their consults ages ago, but bro, she works hard.
Yeah.
She squats a lot, she does like 5 plate, 6 plate, 7 plate leg press.
Yeah.
But she's real shy and timid. Like, I always want to, whenever I see someone working hard in the gym, I'm the kind of guy who's like, bro, there's a fucking solid lift, you know?
Yeah.
But she was a little bit closed off, and then we just like crossed paths, I think, yesterday. And I was like, man, you've changed heaps. Like, I feel she's ready to train legs with me. So I offered her, like, next time let's train legs. I see your numbers.
Yeah.
You're looking great. Like, I'll push you. And she was like, she got like blushed and like got all flattered about it. Like, thanks so much for saying that.
Yeah.
And then I realized that she just, for me to tell her that as well.
Yeah.
It just
like
meant so much to
Yeah.
her, eh?
It's just like the validate. Like, I remember the first time that you did that to me. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And I don't know how she views me.
Yeah.
If she put me on a pedestal or whatever.
Yeah.
For me to say, because I know she watches me train all the time as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So it's like, to hear that from people, it's like, damn.
someone's acknowledging all my hard work.
Yeah.
It's not for what it's not wasted.
Yeah. Especially like, I would just be around high school, not even like in a stringer or whatever. I'd just be in a normal shirt, and people would say it. It's like fuck, and I think that made me realize like, damn, this shit works, and it's like.
Right, I think if people gave more compliments, just in general,
Yeah.
the world would be a
Yeah,
way better place, bro. Like, honestly, you change someone's
Imagine
day,
a compliment a day.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like I was on the train today, right? And there was this girl, and like her hair looked fucking amazing. Like I wasn't like, damn,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
no,
flirt
yeah,
with you. Like I just want to tell her.
Yeah.
And I was
general,
like,
like,
I was
yo.
gonna go up and tell her, and I was like, oh no, I can't. Like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
I
fuck.
felt that a lot,
Yeah.
bro. I felt that a
because I
lot.
don't want to go like I'm flirting.
Yeah.
It's like I just want to go and be like, hey,
Yeah.
you look good today. Like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Like,
I do it a lot, but some situations I still don't do it.
yeah,
Whereas,
like it's hard to make that initial step, but I think, like even when you just get the opportunity to say it, it's just like.
It's like the constraint on everyday life. It's like there's just chains like dropped from the sky, and it's like,
And it's like, oh, I'm gonna look like a weirdo.
yeah.
What are they gonna
Or
think?
it's like even how you come across, or like, do you have to do the whole, like you think of it, you overthink it. That's just it.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, it's a nice dress, miss. You look great.
yeah,
And then
Have
go
a great
about your
day,
and
and
go
then
about
just
your
carry
business, like.
yeah.
But you're thinking like, oh, should I just walk up to her now? Maybe when she goes over the
Yeah, like it's like the moment, like the moment I saw that girl on the train, I was like, oh, should I just go up now? And I was like, should I go? Should I go? Should I go?
Yeah.
Should I go now?
Like,
Oh,
usually
shit.
your
And you're like,
instinct-
nah,
Yeah,
fuck it.
no. Then like something happened, you're like, oh no.
Your
fuck
instinct. You just gotta
Yeah.
you gotta learn program yourself to just go off your instinct.
Yeah, like I feel like I've learned a bit more to do that socially. Like I used to be so, I couldn't fucking
That's
approach
huge,
someone
bro.
and just
That's
talk to them.
huge.
Like yesterday, I was at a party and I had like 6 months or
Oh,
a
what's
year
mine,
ago.
but-
So-
Hard on
I
you.
wasn't there. And then like, there was this guy on the couch and he was just like on his phone or some shit. I just go sit next to him and then it's like, I was like, oh bro, like what do you do in life? Like, who are you? Like, and it's like, we just had like a sick conversation for like half an hour. And it's like, it's that simple to just like, have a genuine conversation. Like that kind of conversation can like make your week.
Yeah.
And it's like, those are the kind of conversations you remember?
Yeah. True.
Like, no one's gonna remember, oh, how was your day? Like, and then you say,
How was
good,
work?
good. Yeah,
And
like,
parties like that was such a different dynamic in the sense
Yeah.
like it was real rare and almost nobody knew themselves back then.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
Now when you like go to things like that or go to a club or bar like Dr. Rudy's where the age group's like 24 to like 40,
yeah,
you find everyone sort of knows who they are.
yeah,
Like versus a bar 101, you know?
yeah. No one has any
It's a
fuck.
buzzy ass dynamic.
Yeah.
But then when you go on as a person like this now into those situations,
Yeah.
you stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, it's very
Not actually
like,
in a good way. You intimidate.
yeah, like I remember basically this girl said, that she believed in star signs, and I was like, nah, I don't believe in that shit. And I basically like,
I believe in that shit.
I was like basically, I was just like taking the piss a bit. But it's like then we were in this situation where we finished that conversation, and later on we were all at the table, and then I realized after a while I was talking to this girl like across the table, then I realized everyone was looking at our conversation. Like no one was doing anything else. They were just like,
these guys are conversating.
yeah, because we were like, it was like an intense conversation. I was like, blah blah blah. How can there be any logical reason? Blah 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 blah. And it's just like going off about it, and then it's like conversations like that are what you're gonna remember.
Yeah.
Like I was at a party once and I had this conversation with a guy who classified himself as a white supremacist, and I was like, fuck. Oh my god.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
Or
Like,
thinks he does.
I like went up and
I
talked
just
to
looked
him.
at that sign after a while. Is that what that means to?
And I just chatted to him and he's just, I tried to like understand his perspective. I was like, how the fuck did you get to this point in your life? Where it's like, where you think this.
Yeah, that'll
like,
be interesting to hear.
Like, how the and like he...
Get him on
He'd
the
obviously...
podcast.
No, fuck no. Like, he had like reasons for the stuff he thought, but it's like, obviously I can't relate. I'm not like, oh yeah, bro. Like, Jesus Christ. Like...
But I'd say the underlying reasons always you can relate.
Yeah.
Because the underlying reason for something is generally a circumstance that promoted a emotion.
Yeah.
And the emotion now causes you to be like this.
Yeah.
It's just emotion. And it's, so when people say they can't relate, you're saying you don't feel any emotion? Like, you know?
Yeah.
If you can feel emotion, you can relate to somebody.
Yeah. Like, it's like, I couldn't be like, yeah, bro, I nearly feel that.
Yeah.
Like, but
so what is that?
Like,
it's going to be from like hate, anger, blah, 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 you know?
Like, basically, what he said is basically, I can't even remember what he said, to be honest. He was...
Or like wanted to be a part of something.
Yeah.
It was like...
He didn't say that.
Yeah.
He said, like... Well, I think that the only issue with the conversation was he wanted to be really unique. And, like, that was... He just... I felt like half the reason he was like that is, like, he wanted to be... like, the guy who's got weird political opinions, like...
Yeah.
Or, like... Yeah.
Yeah, so he wants a lot of eyes on him for some reason. I mean,
Yeah.
he wants more eyes than he's been getting.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just...
Attention?
Yeah, it's
Like-
attention seeking, but why? Did he not get that at home? Does he feel rather lonely inside? Is he sort of like depressed because he doesn't get much attention from other people? And then that's where you can be something like, bro, you don't have to do something that, you know,
Yeah.
that volatile to get attention.
Yeah.
Imagine if there was something like, what do you like? What's something you... Do you like making people feel happy, for example?
Yeah.
Like, you might like making your mum feel happy.
Yeah.
What do you do for that? Do you like, you know, what
Yeah.
is that message? Can you do that message
Yeah.
instead of this message?
And, like, what are the things that actually make you give a fuck about life?
Yeah.
Like when I was, like, depressed, I was like, okay, like, and not even when I wasn't, like, it's like, there's always that question, I think, growing up, and when you sort of start to realize that life is legit, and it's not just playing video games and jerking off, it's like, you actually have to do shit, and, like, when you grow up as a teenager, and it's like, you sort of get to a point where I think everyone sort of asks themselves, like, okay, what is the point of life, though? Like, why are we here? Like, what the fuck?
I'm curious to see what you think it is.
Yeah, and it's like...
I've got my conclusion.
Well, I don't think there is an answer. Like, I think it's like... I still have no fucking clue.
Yeah, well,
And
yeah. Okay,
I don't think I'll answer it for a long time. Like, I used
Yeah.
to think, oh, it's just be happy. But it's like, is it be happy?
Do you have an answer? I only got mine, like, maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, the purpose of life.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, what...
Why do you think we are here? To do what? For
To
what?
just create. I think
Create?
like I don't know.
Does he eat it? I feel personally that life is about experience.
Right.
Like when you put on this earth, you got an X amount of time. It might be 1 year, it might be 99 years. But what can you do in those 90? What can you do every day? You can experience emotion.
Yeah.
And some things bring you joy, which is a great feeling.
Yeah.
And puts you in a great energy. Or you can obviously experience sadness and despair and death and like that's not even an emotion, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I believe the game of life is just try and collect as many experiences as you can.
Yeah.
An experience might be the height of working 10 years on this business, and then you're cheersing on a rooftop with your business partner and like
and
fucking Hong
seeing
Kong
that.
and see the world and the helicopter and it's like your Rolex is like glistening. That image is an experience.
Yeah.
And I think it's having moments like when I was on Paris and then
Yeah.
the guy poured the champagne thing for me and then I remember like the lights show started on the Eiffel Tower and I was like, holy fuck, I'm in Paris right now, and I sit there and then there's the feeling of that
Yeah.
experience.
And just being like, holy fuck.
yeah, and landed in Paris, jumping on the plane to that, going to Japan.
Like, just those moments.
Dylan walking out, how I felt when he came
Creating
up on that thing
those-
and that first
Bro.
one, you know, we're like,
Yeah.
oh, Dylan,
Yeah.
Everybody, you know, like I'm slammed the dude, you know, I'm like 3, 2, 1, like those feelings.
Yeah.
Like you can't buy that.
Yeah.
but you can buy those
But my thing is, like,
if that's associated with your values.
even that, like, I feel like the thing is, like, obviously we're all here to fuck, make new children, etc. But then it's like, I feel like we're not in a natural society anymore.
Sure.
But there's still natural rules. But the thing is, like, if the only point of life is just be happy, live amazing experiences, and just experience that, how does that have an impact on the world? And then, like, because I think for a lot of the time I thought, like, is the point of life to have an impact? Is it to have a positive outcome on everyone around you? Is it to be just a glistening light amongst all the negativity?
I think we live two lives, bro. I think we live like the animal, like our physical body life, where with this we can do X amount of things, and there's also our subconscious, our soul. Like, what is the subconscious mind? You know, how can we feel these things, and how can these things make us feel like that?
Right.
Why aren't we just like a? I'm not gonna say dogs don't have feelings, but you know, why aren't we just a random insect that just moves and its job is
just
to reproduce?
Does its biological.
Yeah, a biological.
Stuff,
So I think we live a biological life, and there's probably a biological purpose.
Yeah.
But then a biological purpose is pretty straightforward because we're
And
an
I feel
animal.
like it's like we've gotten to the point where we can achieve that.
Yeah.
Like,
So what's our biological purpose?
fuck,
Reproduce and
eat, survive.
yeah, and for us, and also enhance our civilization.
Yeah,
Because
like
we got the
move
thought.
shit forward.
Yeah.
And it's like, my thing is the point of life to move shit forward, or is the point of life to maximize your own happiness? But I feel like
I'd say both.
everyone's got their metric though. It's like some people genuinely think that maximizing money is the point of their life, and it's like, for them, great, cool. But I don't think it's the same for everyone. Like, I don't think I'll know the genuine point of my life for a long time, and it's like,
I find, bro, with that, you already have the answer, but you're repelling the answer. I don't know how so yet, but you're gonna find, like, when I got it, I was like, fuck, this is so simple.
Yeah.
It's like you have the answer, but you're questioning the answer too much.
what do you mean? Like, I think, like, genuinely, I think for me it's either maximizing happiness or it's maximizing impact. But then the thing that makes me
Okay. So why isn't it both of those things?
What do you mean? Why isn't it both?
Because maximizing impact is our biological thing, and
Yeah.
our subconscious mind or our soul is maximizing happiness.
But my thing is, it just fucks with me that we're at the point that any of us in this room could die and it would have no effect on the world.
Yeah.
Or very, very little. And that's what fucks with me. It's like,
and that's the whole, you got to learn to love the journey, not the destination.
Yeah.
If you feel every day you're maximizing your happiness and doing everything you can to make an impact.
Yeah.
Because your time is not promised. That's one variable you got to understand.
Yeah.
No one's time is promised. Death is life. Death
so
is
it's like,
part of
you
life.
can't, there's no point wasting time doing shit that doesn't matter.
Not necessarily, because if the shit that doesn't matter is giving you a great experience and that is one of your values, if it's bringing you happiness and you died tomorrow, you died happy.
I don't agree, because I think it's like, no one is going to remember when they're fucking 90. They're going to be like, oh, remember the time I scrolled Facebook for 20 hours? That was dope. Like, no one...
What about, like, peace? Like, if you're at
You would
peace...
though. You would though.
But
And it doesn't have to be... I think you're putting it too much on material things. You've
Yeah.
said the word Facebook, you've said the word money, but you haven't said what Facebook means,
Yeah.
what feeling and emotion that was resulted, and what feeling and emotion that money resulted.
But it's more just like that time that isn't... Like, I value all the hours that I spent on playing fucking RuneScape and shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But
That's
it's
it.
like, those aren't the things that have impacted my life and made me realize, damn, I'm so happy to be living life right now. Like, when I'm doing that, I'm not like, fuck yeah, I can't believe I'm playing RuneScape in my room right now. This is dope. Like, that's...
Again,
Yeah.
it's looking at the top thing. The
Yeah.
fact is, like, for example, I 4 or 5 years of Dota, I would wake up and play probably like 4 hours, Noodle Cup, another 4 hours, sleep, repeat for years.
Yeah.
What did I get out of that? Obviously, I didn't. That was the years of like 19 to 21 too, where most people are hustling. I used to always beat myself like, man, I should have done this. I got nothing from that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the positive is,
enjoyed it, like,
I loved it.
dope.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. I look forward to it. It gave me a good push in my life. I was allowed to do that because I can't do that anymore. Well, I can, but I don't want to because it's not
just
important to
about
me.
it, yeah.
It is what it is. It's not. It's not. I'm not going to look back at 90 and be like, yeah, fuck, 7 hours Dota every day. It was more so from this year to this year. I felt this, and this. I was cool.
Right,
I was
yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I remember back when I was, I do remember the times when I was doing it and I was like, fuck, this is so much fun. Like,
Hell yeah.
I'd get
hell
all
yeah.
my 5 friends on, we'd
Hell
be
yeah.
on Skype or some
Yeah,
shit.
PK.
We'd be like, bro, go, fucking dive, bro.
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
like, I remember those times.
It's
It's like,
awesome.
it's fucking dope.
Yeah, so that was a great experience in your
Yeah.
life in a portion. So that's
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
Right, touching on like that experience,
Yeah.
like, I think it's like, I don't know, if you can find some sort of like peace within yourself, like
Yeah.
if you're at peace, like it doesn't matter, some experiences that you have, you're
Yeah.
just at peace. You don't need to be anywhere. You're not thinking about
True.
anything.
Mm.
Like
Just
the
like,
present day.
you're just in the present moment. Like,
Yeah.
if you're at peace, you're not thinking about impact. You're not thinking about. You're just
You're not
kind of.
thinking
You're just
about
kind of like
maximising
here. You're just
variables.
kind of
Be
there
present.
where
That's it.
you
Yeah.
are. And I
Yeah.
feel like, for me, in some sense, like, you know, when I'm peaceful, it's like I'm just thinking. I'll come up with lots of ideas. Like I'm creating things. And say if I make a dope design, I'll sit back and I'll be like, you know what, I don't need to be anywhere. Like this is right where I should be.
Yeah.
I'm good in this moment. When I used to like jam games, like when I was younger, like PS2 games, I'd have a whole stack and I'd be like, school holidays,
Yeah.
I'm gonna clock all of these games. Like I was good. Like
Yeah.
I just felt like that's.
And
I'm
it
not
wasn't
worrying
like-
about anything else. I felt like those are times I could think back and be like, yo, like I'm happy. Like
That's actually
Yeah.
deep,
that's,
bro.
you know, it's like these are the moments that are like.
That's on point to the fullest of being present. Because I noticed what you said I related to, like, the Paris thing, I was present. 100%
like, you're
present
so
with my
just
emotions invested.
kinda
Yeah. You weren't like in
you're
your
probably
head
smelling
thinking,
that.
what do I
RuneScape,
do?
when you're like,
Yeah.
you know, like, I don't know, you're in
All I was
wilderness.
thinking about was like, oh, how do I get more GP? Like,
Yeah, or more so like
Yeah.
in the moment, like
You're
when
kinda
it's
there
like,
and you're like,
how you just said you're on Skype and you're telling your mates, go, go, go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about like, you're not like, go, 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 like, fuck my assignments due. Like, you
Like-
know, it's
Yeah.
like in that second.
In Dota,
Yeah.
bro, like that excitement.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So, if
Fuck,
the
I need
team
to play
battle goes
those.
well, bro,
Yeah.
and it's like.
Yeah.
You know,
But my
Yeah.
thing is like, it's great to have those moments, but then, you know, you'll have those times when you overdo a thing that isn't productive or in the monetary sense.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, you do it too much, and then you'll get to the point where you'll be doing it, and then you'll sort of realize like, fuck, I should be doing something else.
Yeah.
Or I should be doing that. And I feel like that's when I think we need to all realize like, fuck, like.
I feel that's when it's like it's just chapter change.
Yeah.
When you feel that happening in your life, it's like, okay, close book, open up another one.
Yeah.
Close book, open up. Like, you know, we're jamming Dota hard out and then it hasn't been a
Yeah.
while now.
Bro,
Yeah.
hard.
Like, so that just means like it got to a point where it's like Dota was great, we're back into it, we're like having like probably 2 games a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it started getting to a point where I was getting a bit frustrated because I would have 2 games, but I really needed to do this and this because
Yeah,
the ARX
exactly. I
is
just
finished.
put
And
shit off. And then
yeah, and he needed
play
to
a
do
game.
design, so we sort of just like came to a mutual understanding that okay, we just won't even text each other about Dota and
Yeah.
just do this. And now
Yeah.
it's been like probably 1 or 2 weeks that we haven't played.
Yeah.
It's just it is what it is. It serves a purpose. It's
Yeah.
like a chapter. I believe life's in
Yeah.
chapters.
Yeah.
And being
And you kind of have to
present
figure
is
out like which is like what's important at every time. Like I feel like for me, it's
Sort
like
of.
I had to close the books of stocks and I had
Yeah,
to close
yeah.
other books to make others thrive.
yeah, true.
And,
And
like,
being present is so important.
Yeah,
bro.
that's it's like. Bro,
I feel that
if you're
everybody
actually-
suffers from anxiety
Hmm.
how
because generally when you're lost in the future, you're being anxious. When
Yeah.
you're lost in the past, you're depressed.
you're living in your head.
Yeah.
It's like your thoughts.
So the
Yes.
game is just
You're
how
not
to be
actually-
present at all times, at every second of every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Like every now and then, like, I don't have anywhere to be, but every now and then I'm like, wonder what the time is. Do I have to do anything? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, I haven't eat yet. Maybe what am I going to do for dinner? But I
Yeah.
shouldn't be focusing on that because right now, I'm in this moment right now.
Yeah.
It's like some of those best moments, you're not thinking about anything else. You're just like
All best
in there,
moments.
bro.
I don't
Yeah,
think I've ever
it's
had
like-
an experience where I've been somewhere else mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than being present.
I
Yeah.
think that's just like.
And there's so many quotes about just be present.
Yeah.
And it's like
That's what they
said
mean.
it's said a lot, but it's like it's fucking true. Like I think the reason I love the gym so much is because it's like when I'm there, I'm
Bro,
there. Like it's like,
exactly.
and if I'm not there and if I'm thinking about other shit, it's not going to be a good
Yeah.
session. I'm not going to remember it. Like
And more deeper than that, bro, is like, even when I'm showering today, I always think about the psychology of each lift.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like a strength set versus a high volume set, and
Yeah.
because I do
It's
all of
different-
those.
It's a different mindset.
Like the strength one, just to, without rambling, is you prep, you do X amount of cues,
yeah,
and then you go for the lift, and the lift
Yeah.
generally will last between like half a second and 3 seconds.
Mm.
But in that half a second to 3 seconds, you are 1000% present in that lift.
yeah, because
And then it ends.
Yeah,
And then you're like, okay.
because it's like you don't have any mental energy
Yeah.
to spare. It's
Definitely.
like
So
if
it's
you're
like-
thinking about, oh shit, is my exam due? Or you're trying to pull
you
a
don't
PR.
even
It's
do
like,
that. And that's
you don't
why,
do it.
to be honest, I think I find I love, because when you're at the gym, you're not present. When
Yeah.
you're in a lift, you're present.
Yeah.
So that's why I love high volume training. I actually find because when you're doing a 50 rep set, you're present for like fucking
It's 5 minutes.
more so like 45 seconds to 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Rather than 1 second, or 8 to 12 will be
And
about
you
20
can't be
seconds.
anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, it's
And
just,
you'll feel it pulling.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what it's
It's
like.
like-
That's the thing. You be present, and then it hits like 20 reps, and then it starts burning, and you're like, "Fuck, I can't do this. Wonder if I can just stop. Maybe I should do a drop set." But then it's like you gotta. So it's like,
Yeah. It's like, oh, is this
Instead
too
of
much training?
training,
Is that?
I felt
being
that
present.
when I went into the gym today, like, I trained chest,
Yeah.
but I went into the gym, my mind was all over the place. Like, I got in there, even when I was in there warming up, I was like, I still wasn't fully there.
Yeah.
And until I got, like, into maybe my last set of, like, incline dumbbells, and I was like, fuck, I was looking around, like, should I get a spot? And then I seen two people I knew, and they were kind of leaving, and they were like, later, bro. And I was like, fuck, should I just ask them for a spot? And then I was sitting there, and then I was kind of like, fuck, I put them on the ground, and I was sitting there, like, I was going to grab, like, the other weights that I had already done. And then I was like, fuck this, like, I just grabbed the weights,
Yeah.
like, put on some, like, 21 Savage, and just, like,
put
and
yourself
then
in
just
there.
went in there, bro, and I was just
Yeah,
in there, bro,
yeah.
and it went up, and I had, like, a crazy set.
Yeah.
And I was fucking...
And it's just like being present in those moments and sort of understanding that, like, when. But I feel like it's like it's impossible, obviously, to be perfect with present. Like, you can't.
I don't think you can be present at all
Yeah.
times. There, no.
Like, there's going to be times where you're in your head and just thinking, "Fuck, I need to do this, I need to do that."
Yeah.
Like, I think, there's this thing when it comes to, like, game, which is like picking up girls. It's like, if you're in your head while you're trying to talk to girls, it's like you ain't gonna
Of course.
like. And if you're worrying, like, "Oh, do they think I'm weird? Like, do they think
Yeah.
this?
So
do they
that's
think
prime
that?"
example of being present.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, if you go up to them and you're thinking, like, "Oh shit, is my hair right? Like, am I thinking this?" If you just go up and you just project positivity and you just have fun, then you just
Yeah, if you're just yourself,
Yeah.
and you just go off, like,
you just get your game on point, and then
that's it, bro.
Any final words for the average kid who just
Be present.
Do you?
anything else?
Fuck.
Anything you guys want to pimp? Like, anything?
Be kind.
Yeah.
Don't
True.
judge people. Just
Yeah.
fucking. You can always learn something from someone.
Mm.
If you meet someone, just
I
say
would,
stuff.
yeah.
Mm.
I would say all the answers that you need are actually already inside you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just listen to your own voices and stop questioning yourself.
Yeah. Anything you want to pimp?
Believe
like,
in yourself.
Instagrams? Anything like that?
We can chuck it in the description or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's all.
It'll just be in the show notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's not about the likes. It's about
It's about the connection.
Well, I'm just
Exactly.
happy. This is my first podcast,
Yeah.
bro. Shut up
Yeah.
for having me.
Cheers.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Student Side Hustle. I would appreciate so much if you would leave a review if you'd like to hear more of what I'm saying. Then I would love if you would follow me on Instagram or check out my other social media, all linked in the show notes. And again, I would just like to say thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful evening and study hard.